What? Guess who got chased by another fucking dog? Me. I was turning around. And I was turning around because there's this little driveway. So I went into the little like a tiny little driveway, like a few feet of driveway. We're talking. To go turn around. And then a dog who wasn't on a leash when there was another dog right next to the other dog that chased me that was on a leash. So buy a fucking leash and put the other dog on it. Dum-dum. Cat. But like that dog then jumped over like this wall next to the steps instead of just running up the steps. Alright. At least that gave me time to accelerate. Then I had to go like 25, 26, whatever the frick miles an hour to go away. So annoying. Put your dog on a leash. It's not difficult. Ugh, whatever. Anyways. Instead of music, we're going... Oh yeah, welcome to live episode 27. Also, now in the description of videos, it will have Play Marble Last Diamond, my game here. Just there you go. Anyways. So, we are going to, instead of listening to the music as I normally do, we're gonna listen to Scrubs. What? It's basically, go subscribe, he's a good YouTuber. He tells funny stories. Fluffy. And that's all you need to know. So we are just going to watch him. This is his 12 days, like his Christmas specials, which are like 2 hours long. So we should be able to have quite a lot of content to listen to. Oh yeah.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video.
Also just gonna do this real quick.
Welcome to the 12 Days of Scrubs. That's right, the annual Christmas tradition where I compile all the videos from the year into a super long form for you guys to enjoy. This is the 3rd annual one, so if you're looking forward to it, please be sure to press the like button, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, or you'll get coal for Christmas. And if you really want to be a slag lord, check out the Karen Christmas sweater in the description. And without further ado, let's get into the first episode of the 12 Days of Scrubs. Alright, so the person who sent this in to me when they were younger lived in a neighborhood with literally a ton of kids that were around the same age.
Alright, so basically what I want to do... Cat! No, not the cat. So what I want to do is in my testing world, which I have a bunch of shenanigans in, like my approximation of what my future base might look like. Also, I've improved the auto generator here. Now it has just 2 crushing factories that make sand instead of the stupid crushing wheels. And actually, I bulk ordered a bunch of framed glass, and it's still processing. It needs to have 34,000, and it's only at like 3,000 something. So this might take a while. Whatever. Anyway. So I also got a full set of mecha armor just over there. Just for testing. Since it is the testing mode. But I have realized that I need an army of shepherds for my new base because I need a ton of gray wool. Like, when I say I need a ton of gray wool, I need a ton of gray wool. And currently, I don't have enough space, so we're going to have to expand the villager area. And I could do it multiple different ways. But there's this staircase, and actually I need to take the dimensions of it. because we're going to build a contraption with create mod and redstone. We're going to build a nice redstone create contraption thing that's going to move a staircase. So over yonder, you can see I have this one lone shepherd right here who sells me gray wool. I need tons more though. And down here, I have this little staircase. So what I'm thinking is if I just drop this staircase, then I can have a nice little area, but then I can just go this way and then just infinitely expand a bunch of villagers. Basically, I probably will have to move this, but whatever. Because let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove that, but that's fine. Oh no, I lose access to water. That was just there so I could do stuff with whatever. I definitely want 4 high ceilings though. Anyways, basically that's that's kind of what we're going for, and then we'll just go back into the wall. But we need a way to actually retract the stairs. What we have to do is we have to get these stairs out of the way. And what I thought of is we'll just retract them down, and then we'll retract them down enough where there's a gap in the floor, right? The staircase is going to be like right here, right where this andesite and stone is, like right here. And then there'll be an extra set of pistons that will come in from the side that will fill in the gap. So, yeah. Now we kind of have an idea of what I need. So we don't really care about that because that's all concealed by a wall. That's definitely concealed by a wall, and that's good. This is good. So basically we just need a 5 high staircase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. Right, 5 stairs up, and then we need that to just retract and then go this way. And we can't use like these blocks over here, which don't matter because it's going to be nowhere near that. So we are good. So we just need a 5 high staircase to retract, and then the wall, and then whatever. It's going to be very fun, and I figured I'd just stream this because it's going to be more fun. So yeah. So we'll just build a mock place right here. So we'll just go up here. So it's 3 wide, which is kind of annoying because we can't do this symmetrically, which is kind of annoying. Whatever. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Probably about 10, 15 seconds, and here's a window rolling down, and like a guy, probably mid-age, I don't know, 35, 40 years old, sticks his head out of the window and says, hey, can you move out of the road? Like, I gotta get by. Are you seeing me? Like, can you move out of the road? And the kid just ignores him. Eric pretends that he doesn't exist. He's like, I don't know, I don't really hear anything. I'm just gonna pretend that nothing's happening. Which, listen, if I was the guy in the car, that would probably bug the crap out of me. Like, I'm trying to nicely tell you to move out of the road because you're just working on your bike in the middle of the road and you're going to pretend that I don't exist and so somehow I'm in the wrong for this. Imagine if I came up and parked my car in the middle of your football game. That'd probably be annoying. So, whatever. He's ignoring me.
So there's kind of our mock staircase, and we got to get rid of all of these stairs. And then we need the floor to go down into here, and then whatever shenanigans is going to be back there, right? We'll just fill it in with black concrete.
Honestly, most people probably would have started with a hunk. I feel like most people wouldn't even have taken the time to leak out the window. At least
And then we'll get some
like there would be people that would hunk
black stained glass.
But when he hunks before, and Eric, for some reason, decides that the only appropriate response to take to being honked at when you are in the middle of the road blocking the intersection is to turn, and you know how he was working on it with like that little pocket wrench that was too small for the bike and kind of smacking the rubber tire? Well, he turns and almost like that second golf ball, takes the wrench and just throws it at the
So
and Eric didn't have a lot
that's how
of
that walks right there.
that he had the athletic ability of a small slug. That being said, when you're throwing a wrench at a car, you have to be really, really, really bad at everything to be able to miss that from like 5 feet away. So of course, everybody lets out a gasp as this wrench is just kind of like spinning over itself towards the car, and it smacks right into the windshield. And they weren't incredibly old or anything, but like when you throw a wrench as hard as you can at a windshield, obviously the windshield is going to do the windshield thing, and it cracks the windshield, and it gives out this big, just like the I don't know what it is, not spiderweb across.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at least that part's gonna be symmetrical. That's at least nice.
Just like, oh crap, he just broke that car's windshield, what did he do? No one's ever seen anything like this.
Alright, so here's default state, and then we need to rip up all of these. We need to retract them downwards into there, and then there we go, floor, and then whatever off into the distance. Very simple. I just want to make it look kind of cool is the issue here. So and no, I'm not just gonna make, you know, two of these staircases go down into the floor, have it look really ugly, you know. I am not making that. That is just ugly, and also I hate the seal. No, I ain't doing that. That is not happening. How nice. Whatever. Anyways, this right here is going to do our shenanigans. So we need pistons, of course. We need many piston. I'll just get all these over here. That way I can easily get these later. Now, there's many different options for this. You can either pull this all into the wall, and that would be it, and then slam a door up. How cool would that look? Hold on. Pull the staircase across. You know, the whole entire freaking wall collapses up. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Whatever. So yeah, these stairs, we can't do anything with regular pistons actually, so bye-bye. This is all gonna have to be sticky mechanical because it's the only thing that can push a large amount of block. So yeah. We also need GLUE. And yes, we can. Perfect. That's basically all we need. Alright, so we also need a wand. So we're just Cut. 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 Whatever. Make a nice hole. Anyways. So we basically... Anyways. So this needs to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. This needs to go down 5 entire blocks. So we start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually I dug the hole perfectly. Nice. There you go. So super embarrassed because he had done all of this in front of his neighbors. They're basically all out there watching this go down. They had to talk to the cops. We'll use. It doesn't really matter. We just need some sort of block to hold all this. So we'll just use andesite. Goobers. Also grab hand crank. We'll grab a black valve handle. One, two, three, four. Goobers. But his mom says that's kind of what happened, and they came back inside. And so she said that he had to stay inside for the rest of the day, which was pretty reasonable. I'm sure things were pretty tense. And so he spent the rest of the day playing PS2, some Ratchet and Clank, which was such a good game, man. I don't really know whatever happened to that franchise, but I'm probably going to break out the PS2 and play it. So whoever sent this to me, thank you for that nostalgia trip. PS2 is one of the best consoles of all time. Either way, the next day, it really is. And Eric comes outside, and the subscriber doesn't mention anything about it just because, whatever, he didn't really care enough to talk about it anymore. But obviously, or just grab a motor. Wanted to talk about it. So they're like, Eric, what happened yesterday when you broke that guy's windshield? Like, your dad beat him up. What happened? They're wanting his side of the story, obviously, because they're just curious, which is understandable. Kids just be asking questions like that. They just want to know everything. But instead of just saying something along the lines of, like, guys, I really don't want to talk about it, you know, my dad said not to talk about it, so I'm just going to drop it, like I prefer it to be moved on or something like that. He goes the route of just trying to gaslight everyone, all like the 30, 40 people that witness things, and he says, what are you guys talking about? And obviously, they give him a recap just in case he forgot about how, you know, he was fixing his bike in the road, the guy came on the horn, he threw it, his dad got in a fight, his mouth came, all that stuff, and he's like, no, that didn't happen yesterday, and everyone's like, no, it was 2 days ago. He's like, no, it wasn't, I don't think that's ever happened. From what I can remember, I can't remember anything that happened along those lines, and that's hilarious to me, bro. Like, We could use this as a secondary entrance. You double jump over here, then you go down these. This is now a staircase. There we go. Secret base underneath. Hey, I could. That's actually not that difficult to do. So if I ever need another layer, we can stream again and make that. Yes. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Whatever. Anyways, get rid of everything. Blow it all up. Now, that's part 1. Now we need part 2. So we gotta grab this, and grab this again. We also need glue. Yep, alright. So we'll do something like this.
You guys get what I'm saying. You're making it bigger by pretending it never happened, rather than just being like, look, I lost my temper really, really bad. It's super embarrassing. I prefer not to talk about it because I'm really ashamed of it. I think people would be way more understanding for when you just pretend that everything they witnessed never happened and make them feel crazy, especially when you're doing it angrily, like you're slamming the lid of the barbecue. Ugh. Very mad, but it never happened. And I'm pissed, but it never happened. Like, it's just a very bizarre message. Either way, I guess the moral of the story is that you should not throw wrenches at cars. Sure
so that is the complete right there. That is it. So that is now done. Technically, that's what it will look like. So you can see how the inner workings are configured right here. So these need to move how many blocks? These need to move back 2 blocks.
Grandma destroys spoiled kid. Basically, the person that sent this into me has to take the bus to work because they don't have a car. And yeah, it's not the ideal situation that they would love.
So like 1 block away, basically.
Work to earn money to get a car. And it's not that bad. Like, I feel like the bus gets a bad rap. I'm not saying it's the Taj Mahal, but at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily say, depending on the city you're in, that it's dangerous either. Like, if you've got a good metro system and buses are actually helpful from getting to point A to point B, there's nothing wrong with that. If you gotta take the bus to work, you gotta take the bus to work. On this particular day, though, he's trying to get to work, and the bus is late, which was very unusual. It wasn't common for the buses to never be on time, but everyone's kind of standing there and questioning where the bus is, and finally it pulls up, and the bus driver opens the door, and is immediately super apologetic, saying that he had an engine issue, and the mechanic had to come out and fix it, and he's so sorry for being late, but it was not his intention.
And that's what it will look like by default, so here we go. There we go.
Maybe I'm wrong. I guess I've never talked to a bus driver about the ins and outs of their job. Maybe they are willing to like cause some engine trouble, but I wouldn't want to do that. Being stuck on the side of the road is never a fun experience.
And there you go. So that is basically what we are trying to accomplish. So now we just need to wire it all up. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use torch. And basically,
just overall being an unpleasant person, which is dumb because it's not the bus driver's fault. If he starts going off on the bus driver,
So we're just gonna put like a little control circuit thing over here. So basically,
I don't really think stupidity has anything to do with engine troubles either. Sometimes cars don't work, right? Like it is a piece of machinery at the end of the day. Sometimes machines stop working. I don't think he is a moron.
So-
because the car stopped working. Under that logic, if you've ever had like a computer that stopped working, maybe an Xbox, PlayStation, you're a moron. Plus, everyone else is riding the bus and they're not all freaking out and being upset because it's just clearly not the bus driver's fault. What would you have liked him to do?
So,
Snap his fingers,
torch.
flick it around a little bit and be like, focus, focus, bus, just focus. It's not gonna work, man. There's not really
Link.
a magic trick. Even if his stupidity managed to break the bus, if he's so stupid he broke the bus, it's not like you want him fixing the bus, so you still have had to wait for a mechanic. And I don't
Red.
really think it has anything to do with the bus driver being stupid. I feel like that was just out of pocket. And listen, I get it. I'm sure it's annoying to be late to work or whatever. But if you don't want the chance of maybe being late to work and the bus is late, maybe start walking. I don't know. Even if you had a car, there's a chance you bump into traffic. Obviously, with public transportation, there's a chance it's going to be a little late. There's a chance it's not really going to work. So,
A chance,
if
he
you're
says.
really, like, hell-bent
Stares
on
at
always
Amtrak.
being on time, there never being
Whatever.
delays, I think public transport is really not the option for you. But anything other than just walking is probably not a good option for you. Everything else has some problems. And the bus driver's just kind of like staring at him while he's going off, not saying anything, because I think contractually in their job, they're probably not allowed to like argue back with people, but he's not going to dignify him and say, oh, you're right, I'm so sorry, and blow sunshine up him either. At least that's not in their contract. I feel like most places have realized the customer is always right was a very dangerous model and led to people thinking they can boss people around, so now you're just allowed to ignore people. But there's an old lady on the bus who's having absolutely none of it, so she gets involved and is like, hey, leave the bus driver alone. He obviously wouldn't break his bus on purpose. How about you just sit down and enjoy your bus ride and like stop harassing the poor guy? And everybody is just kind of not cheering the old lady on, but nodding their head like, yeah, alright, we all kind of agree with her. You should just leave the poor guy alone. And you would think being called out by an old lady would make this guy so embarrassed that he would just shut up and sit down. I feel like if I was doing something and some sweet old lady was like, you're being very rude, I would be so embarrassed. I would want to dig my head into some sand.
Okay, so now we need some more redstone links.
And then just put it in there until I pass out. Like, that would be my goal. I would be so embarrassed. But he snaps back at the old lady, being like, clearly you have nowhere to be. This is very annoying for people that are important and have stuff going on. So how about you shut up? Man, I feel like that would be a little bit of too angry of a response to anyone in this situation, but especially some poor old lady who's just telling you to be nice. Shut up, old lady, you're not important. You have nowhere to be, you absolute loser. That's why you're a pathetic loser who has nothing going on. Your brand new car you because you're stupid and annoying. She's like, you could have just said no.
Whatever. Actually, we can do the same thing with the log thing, but this is not gonna work.
Not this grandma. She was not here to play. Instead of just letting herself get bossed around like that, she comes back and hits him with a wha-bam! Over the top Mike Tyson. Not literally, like metaphorically, even metaphorically. So she just says that clearly she's not the unimportant one because her life's got enough going on where she doesn't have time to get angry at the bus driver for being late, and on top of it, she's not so unimportant at her job that she needs to tear down the bus driver to make herself feel all big. So how about you go ahead and sit down, buddy? And everybody now isn't nodding their head, but just some people have their mouths open like, oh, because she just bodied him, bro. She kind of had a point. I feel like if you got a lot going on, then really small stuff like someone having car trouble isn't going to ruin your day because you got more important stuff to worry about. If you're the CEO of a company, you're so used to being in charge that hopefully you're not showing off on people that have just like made small mistakes that are out of their control. But yeah, if you're getting bossed around at Chuck E. Cheese by a boss that sucks, you might take that to make it on the bus driver to make yourself feel better. I'm not saying it would be the right thing to do, but maybe it does happen. And the guy is just standing there stammering, not really knowing what to reply. Probably didn't expect Grandma to respond. Respond. He did expect Grandma to respond. He certainly wasn't expecting something like that. Maybe something along the lines of, "Oh, you don't talk to me like that, young man. That's very disrespectful." No, she came out and said, "You're irrelevant, young man. I'm going to be honest. I've met shrimp that are more important than you." So he's stammering, not really knowing what to say back, just looking like an idiot. And so he replies with this. I don't know why he thought this would be a good comeback. "Well, you're old." Like, yeah, dude, she's literally an old lady on the bus. That's just good observational skills. "Ah ha ha, you have reached an old age." And she points that out to him too. She's like, "Wow, nothing gets past you, does it?" Which is such a funny response to that. Somebody's like pointing out very obvious things about you. "How about you shut your mouth? You have 2 legs." It's like, "Oh wow, crazy, wow, look at that." And then she hits him with, "I'll add it to your list. You're unimportant, dumb, but you're observant. Okay, I'll give you that much." And now everybody on the bus, like some people are starting to laugh. No one's trying to get involved. No one's yelling or anything. But the guy's standing there stammering. The bus hasn't started moving yet. The door's still open. And he's like, "You know what? I'm just going to walk. I don't want to be on this bus." And he gets off and starts jogging from the bus. Which I love in his mind was supposed to be some huge own moment. Like, I don't even want to ride the bus. Oh, so now you were just screaming at the bus driver for being late, but you are going to walk. So clearly him being late.
Alright, so
just be honest, man.
now we can test this fully. If this works, it's going to be very easy.
"Sorry guys, I had to run. I got on the bus. It was a little bit late. I would have been here a lot sooner if I rode it, but an old lady made me feel really, really bad.
Yeah, no.
So I ran instead." They're like, "Dude, okay, whatever. Just sit down. The meeting started. You're already interrupting it. We don't care about what happened on the bus." But to make things even funnier, as I said, the person who sent this to me is like always on the bus. They take it to work. And this guy does too. And even though magically get a car, he still rides the bus. But because of how embarrassed he got on that day, every time he hops on the bus or interacts with the driver, he's like super shy and just keeps his head down, doesn't look at anyone, doesn't talk to anyone. Which has got to be rough, but at the same time, I would be that embarrassed too. Probably was sitting there, like, eating a sandwich for lunch at work that day. Oh, wow. Yeah, I 100% did yell at an old lady. That was a little bit out of line. But man, what I will say is don't mess with Grandma. She was there to smack him down. And also just, like, don't mess with people that are trying to do their job and something unfortunate happens. Like, if you were at an ice cream store and the ice cream machine broke, would you start screaming at that person until they started crying? "Use the salt from your tears and make the ice cream by hand." No, you just wouldn't care. It's like kind of the same vibe. Imagine how you would want to be treated if you were having a bad day. So this story takes place when I was like 8, 9 years old. And there was this park near my house, and I was just old enough to like go there and hang out. Because my parents trusted me to be able to walk down there. And obviously it was very exciting for me because I wanted to go to the park a lot. So I was on my way to the park to do what little kids do. Pretend to have the forest, talk to myself, whatever kids do. Someone's like, "Oh, you talk to yourself when you were little?" I mean, like, use my imagination. Anyways, to get to the playground, you have to, like, run across this field. And I'm running across this field, and I see this kid that looks a year or two older than me, inspecting something with a stick. And naturally, being a curious kid, I went over to see what it was, expecting it to be, like, a lizard or something. I don't know, maybe, like, a lump of worms. The way he was inspecting the thing with a stick, I just assumed it was something interesting because he was looking at it with curiosity.
Oh, so now you walk. I could just make it be that. That's the ice cream man, by the way. Anyways. I bought a lot of ice cream from him, but right now they don't want any. So we will not get some. Anyways, this thing. Okay, I basically need to figure out. Okay, so I could just retract the walls. Okay, so to slide the stairs out the way, what I need to do I'm gonna need that space. There's that. I could just slide the entire wall over. No, like actually the entire frickin' wall. I could slide the entire thing. Like this whole thing. Just shove all of this. How can I do this? I I need to make a circuit that because something like a door, something like right, so this is a Jeb door. It's meant to be like a flush door, so you have a wall. Right, yeah, this like little door. Right. Like, I don't know how to do that though. I need something that when there is power, basically I need something that when there is power, I need something to happen, and when there isn't power, I need something different to happen. It's like if it's powered, right? Oopsies. I decide instead of trying to outrun him, I'm just going to go down a different slide. So I run to the one that's the furthest away, getting the slide down. And I can hear his footsteps coming. I don't know exactly how far away. So I need. I wasn't an expert judging distance, but I had a little bit of room in between him and me getting on the slide. And I'm going down the slide, and I'm in this tube just thinking to myself, like, I gotta get away, I gotta get away. I hit the bottom, and instead of running, I turn around, jump on top of the tube slide, and start climbing back up it. Going for a little bit of a Sly Cooper move, where I just fastly climb something to try to get out of the way so the enemy will be confused. And I hear him get to the bottom of the slide, and he starts running. And at that point, I get to the top, and I could just make a simple elevator. Like in. I assumed he had either moved on or like given up, so I was probably fine. So I come down, and instead of going home, which would have been the smarter decision, I think, well, he's probably gone. So I go over to the playground, which was what I wanted to do. Like over here, I basically just need more villagers. I just need like more villagers. So I could just lower all of this. I could just make an extra room over here too. I don't have to do that complicated shenanigans, but I want to, gosh dang it.
He lacked in athleticism. He was older than me and a bit taller, so realistically it should have been easy for him to run me down. If you got longer legs, like you got the speed advantage, you should be able to be quick with it, run as fast as you can.
Frick off. So basically, I could just make an elevator. I could just move all of this floor downwards, and then I can just expand the amount of villagers in this little district. And that's really lame.
Come on, Slowpoke, come get me. What? You can't keep up? And he starts yelling back, trying to debate with me, saying that I should just stop running, because if I stop running, he can come get me. Yeah, I know, man. That's why I'm saying come catch up, Slowpoke. It's not, I'm going to stop and make this a fair fight. It's bigger than you. Why would I stop running? He's trying to reason with me, being like, just stop running and let me catch up. I'm not going to do that. I keep running, and I get to the
You know what? Frick this. I'm just gonna change the design of the entire base real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Whatever. Dum-dum.
Oh, yeah, well, they were fighting and that wasn't fair. Well, they're fighting, man. Like, it's not really about fair at that point. If you want to beat me up, I'm gonna cross the
I could just move this whole wall.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what you want me to do, especially if I know I'm gonna lose the fight.
It doesn't have to look pretty, so I could just move both of these walls, which is significantly easier. So I'll just like do that. I'll just move the walls, whatever. Grab the duct tape and let's go. Right, so we need to grab 2 sticky mechanical pistons, just 2. So we need a mechanical, which okay. Need pulls, and I don't have any piston pulls, so that's annoying. Casing.
And I look at him confused, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I was at the park last night, but how did you know about this? I didn't see it.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so yeah, it literally just 2 pistons that just move. In engineering, most of the time, simple is often better. So we go here, press a button here, because there's like nothing behind here or whatever. Wherever the button is, doesn't matter. Dum-dum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stair. These are 4 high. These are 6, 2, 3, 4. So whatever, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oof. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Buffer. Frick you.
Alright, so this guy got a job as a security guard at a department store, thinking that there would never really be anything he had to do, you know? He literally applied with it thinking that, like, oh, malls are dying, no one's there anyways, it's not like I'm gonna have to be doing a whole lot of security. And for 90%
Alright.
absolutely correct.
So that is it.
There was one dumb rule he made though, which was that they really couldn't do anything against people that were shoplifting. Like if people were taking stuff, they could say, hey, we see you taking stuff, but they couldn't chase them out of the store, they couldn't like take the stuff back. I understand it's an insurance liability, but in my mind, it's like what's the point of having security if they can't actually secure the stuff? Is it just to make people think twice about it? Whatever, either way, every now and then someone would steal stuff, they would usually go confront them and the person would just kind of leave the store, sometimes with the stuff, sometimes without it, so that's nice, but that was
nice.
really he didn't enjoy. Otherwise, he was getting paid to just kind of stand around the mall that was mostly empty and just look at stuff and be like, wow, this department store sure would have been popping in 1957. One day, though, the manager comes up
Whatever.
and is like, hey, we have a guy that looks like he's taking stuff in the men's shoe section. Can you come over here and just keep an eye on it and see what's going on? And that wasn't an unusual call. It wasn't super common, but he had done that before. So he goes over there, and he's a little bit confused. Because the only guy in this shoe section is this dude wearing, like, head-to-toe design. His outfit probably costs about as much as a security guard's car. Like, he just was very confused on why this guy would be stealing. But sure enough, he started kind of watching him from afar. And he watches the guy pick up one of the display shoes that doesn't actually have a pair. It's more just kind of there so people know what it looks like. He cuts the little wire and has the scissors and puts it in his jacket.
32.
Really confused as to why you would ever want a display shoe. It's not something he's ever really thought about someone stealing before. So he decides to go confront him and he walks up to him and just says like, hey man, you have to put that back, you can't take that.
Thank you,
Which is a
Turret.
pretty nice way to confront a shoplifter. It's not like, stop thief, I will cut off your hand. Just, hey, can you please put that back, you can't take that. Pretty chill. But the rich kid turns around and looks at him like he's just a magic dragon with 3 heads, dude, just the most insane thing he's ever seen before, and says, "Are you talking to me?" And the guard's a little bit confused because he's literally the only person in the section. There's no one else there. There's no one else he even could be talking to unless he's going full Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends right now. So he says, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." And before he can get any other words out, the kid immediately is like, "What did I do? Why do you need to talk to me? I didn't do anything." Which is a really weird thing to do if you actually didn't do anything. I mean, I guess that could be your reaction. But if somebody says, "Hey, put that back," and you didn't take anything, you would go, "Oh, I didn't take anything. I don't know what you're talking about." I don't think you would just immediately start screaming, "What did I do?" And so the security guard's confused, so he just tells him, like, "Look, dude, we don't have to make a scene. We don't have to scream. I'm not gonna, like, call the cops or anything. Just put back the shoe and leave, and we're good. You are doing the most by making this into a scene and yelling. Like, you don't have to do
There it is. So we're just starting decorating now. We're gonna have to make a bunch of traders, and we're gonna have to set up a bunch of shepherds, and it's gonna take 5 years, but whatever. Oh yeah, I also wanted to flatten the place today, so we'll do that as well. I also half ran out of spruce wood, so we might go and collect some.
So he says, "Well, you're accusing me of being a thief, and it's making me upset." And the security guard says, "I'm not accusing you of being a thief. I watched you take the shoe." And the kid's like, "What shoe? What shoe? Tell me what shoe is missing." So the security guard walks over to the empty spot on the display where the shoe is missing and says, "That one, that's in your pocket." And he points at the kid's, like, jacket pocket, and the shoe doesn't really fit in a jacket pocket incredibly well. So it's very obvious that there's a shoe in his pocket, but he denies it again. He's like, "There's no shoe in my pocket." Anyways, the kid does this, like, very over-the-top spin move thing, like, puts out his arms and does an aggressive spin, trying to show that there's nothing in his jacket, he didn't take anything. The only problem is his, like, super over-the-top move to show that he had nothing causes there to be enough force from the spin for the shoe that he had in his jacket to come flying out of his pocket. And I would love to say that it went flying across the entire store, hit the manager, knocked him out, they, like, fell asleep in front of the receipt machine. That's not what happened. It just flops onto the ground. But the security guard looks at it, the kid looks down, looks at it, realizes what it is, and yells, "That's not mine!" Yeah, everybody just carries around an extra display shoe on them at all times, just in case they need to do something like this. It's not yours? You're right, it's not yours, because you weren't supposed to have it, but you were trying to take it. So the security guard just says, "Okay," picks it up and puts it back. And the kid is still standing there just staring at him, not really knowing what he's going to do, and he's like, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" And the security guard says, "I think that you should just leave. Like, just leave, bro. Keep in mind, he knows he's stolen it. They have security footage of him stealing it. If he really, really wanted to, he could call the cops, and it would take forever for them to come because they have more important stuff going on, but he could get in trouble." The kid, not realizing this though, thinks that he's just being soft and, like, not wanting to do anything, or, like, is afraid of him. So he starts talking crap to him like, "Oh, don't you have anything better to do than sit here and stop me from taking one shoe? I mean, it's his job, it's what he's being paid to do, so by definition, I'm sure he has stuff he'd rather be doing. But in this moment, yeah, he has nothing better to do than stop you." I love that idea. What, you have nothing better to do? That's like getting mad at a traffic light for changing colors. Don't you have anything better to do than change colors? It's like, that's literally what traffic lights do, man. Security guard thing. Like, it's just what they're supposed to do. What do you mean, don't you have anything better to do? No, that's why he's here at this moment. You think he just volunteers? You think there's not an exchange of money for his services? You think this is just what he decided to spend his Saturday doing, volunteering to protect the department store? But anyways, he starts trying to talk crap, and
there you go.
Just wants him to leave. It's more annoying for him to be here. So he reminds him again, "Listen, I can have you arrested, but I'm telling you to just leave. So go ahead and go." And the kid says something about how he's not going to leave. No one can make him leave, even if he was going to steal something, because he didn't actually steal it. He can't get in trouble. And then the security guard just takes a step towards him, not because he was going to grab him or anything, but because he was just going to walk away and he was happening to walk past him. You could tell that this kid wanted an argument more than anything, so his plan was like, alright, well if I just walk away and he's left to talk to nobody but himself, eventually he'll tire himself out and leave. But for whatever reason, this like spoiled kid, who is still trying to argue about stealing a solitary shoe while wearing $7,000 worth of clothes, thinks that he's like coming over to him. So he starts screaming out that the security guard can't arrest him, he doesn't have the right to detain him.
There you go.
He starts backing up. And the security guard isn't going to arrest him, he doesn't even have that authority. But he's not exactly explaining I don't have that authority, he's just continuing to try to walk past him. And the kid starts freaking out, turns around, and starts sprinting. And where they were at was like the shoe department.
There you go.
Back wall. It was
Alright.
probably 300-400 feet from the store. So he starts running away as fast as he could. And the kid was pretty fast. The guy said this, and he was like, I'll give it to him. He had a good 40 time. I don't know if it's going to be good for the NFL draft or whatever. But still, like, the kid was fast. You got to give it to him. And he's running away, but the guard was never chasing him in the first place. He was not going over here to try to arrest him at all.
Alright, so that is everything now done. Now I have like this little trader, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So he starts saying that he practices running every day. You see, like, stupid security guard can't catch him. So much for Paul Blart thinking he had the ability to keep up. The security guard hasn't taken any steps above a walking pace. Not even once. This kid is so off in his own world, he's convinced himself he's in a high-speed chase that isn't happening. Imagine being in a car and like a cop car behind you with no lights on. They just start driving insanely fast. The car doesn't even start chasing you, and they're like, dude, did you see how we escaped that cop chase? What are you talking about, man? Like, no one was even chasing you. But whatever, as he's running away while like
Oopsie poopsie. Whatever. Alright, so we gotta get rid of this ward because it's being annoying.
He's gonna smack into the door. And I'm sure the security guard could have theoretically said, watch out, you don't want to run into that door. But he's sitting there thinking to himself, that's what a good security guard would do. Remember, he's slow and stupid and all these other things this kid has said, and the slow, stupid security guard would have warned someone they're about to run into a door. Keep in mind, the kid isn't getting away with anything. He left the shoe he was trying to take, which still doesn't make any sense. He was trying to steal a shoe? A shoe? What, did you just want some, like, sick drip for the hopscotch competition? In what scenario is having one shoe gonna cut it? Whatever, though. He's full sprint, and now he's critically close to the door. There's no way he's going to be able to avoid smacking into it. But instead of running into his chest first, it's almost like he feels something coming, so he turns his head to look at the very last second. And the second he looks, he smacks into the door, and he's going full speed. He's not like a really tiny guy, so he smacks into the door with some force. And where this person lives, it happens to get really bad storms, so this door had gotten like hurricane-strength glass, which is why it didn't break. But what did break is his nose. Because when he had turned to look and just be straight ahead, his nose smacked straight into the glass, and it broke. And he knew it was broken because immediately it just started pouring blood. And so the kid was back at the security guard now after he smacked into the door and broken his nose. And as much as the security guard would love to pretend that he like felt really bad and immediately wanted to help him, he's straight up in tears laughing. Imagine someone trying to get
Nice, a stack and a half precisely.
They turn around, smack so
Bang.
hard into a door they break their nose. You'd feel bad, but at the same time you would be giggling. But he looks back all embarrassed, clearly ashamed. I would be too, trying to make a quick escape, talking crap and ending up like that. And to make it even more like sweet for the security guard, his bloody nose had just leaked all over his designer shirt. So here he is, broken nose, no single shoe that he was trying to steal, and blood all over the designer shirt. like the least profitable shoplifter of all time. Destroy a shirt that's worth a couple $100 while trying to steal a single shoe that no one was going to buy. And also, how stupid, man. Like, it's one thing if you're having to steal baby formula, if you're having a rough month and you don't have food to feed your kid, but you gotta make ends meet. It's still not good to steal, but I think everyone could understand, maybe if you're in that situation. If you're wearing a shirt that costs a couple $100, trying to steal shoes that cost like $40, I don't feel bad for you, I just think you're a moron, because if you wouldn't have bought the shirt for a couple $100, you probably could have afforded the shoes. Like, goodness gracious, you probably thought it would disguise him. They're never gonna think I'm shoplifting anything if I'm wearing designer. Meanwhile, the security guard, while he's obviously cutting the single shoe off the wire. Anyways, he's standing there, blood dripping out of his broken nose, the security guard laughing, but the kid has to leave. It's not like he can turn around and get any help because he just tried to steal from the store. So he turns and starts trying to push the door open. It's a pull door. I'm sure the adrenaline in the moment, like the pain, you know when you get hit in the nose and you can't really see? He starts trying to shove on this door.
Alright, so now we have some space.
Before he figures out it's a pull door. And this, him messing with the door and failing, just looking like a moron, is making the security guard laugh even harder. Because, like, how could you not? After a very long fight, he gets the door open, he leaves, and the security guard starts walking over there, still laughing, crying about it all, and gets on the radio saying that he needs to talk to management because something happened. They just have to fill out a report anytime anyone gets injured in the store, whether or not it was an accident or whatever. But the manager comes down, and keep in mind, the last time the manager has seen anything is when they had called over and been like, hey, someone's trying to steal some shoes. So they come around the corner, and all they see is the security guard with tears in his eyes and a huge pool of blood. And they start freaking out like, oh my god, what happened? Oh, is everything okay? Oh my god, call 911. The security guard's like, no, I'm fine. And they start asking, well, what happened? Like, why is there a pool of blood on the floor? Why are you crying? Like, what happened? It is weird to be crying if a pool of blood is on the ground unless someone got injured, you know? So he explains that he was laughing so hard he was crying and says that he confronted the guy started freaking out even though it like really wasn't that deep. Next thing you know, he tries to sprint out even though no one is chasing him, smacks into the door, breaks his nose, struggles trying to get the door open to the point where like all this blood out of his nose is pooling there, and he finally gets away, but like yeah, someone had to clean it up and he knew they had to file a report. And the manager is standing there listening to this rendition and tells the security guard like, I know you guys aren't supposed to hit shoplifters, but like it's okay, I won't tell anyone, that story's ridiculous. They just didn't believe that that had actually happened at all. They thought the security guard had gotten a little bit over the top and like hit the guy. The guy had gotten away, but he was trying to make up some story to cover himself from getting fired. And the security guard is like, I'm 100% serious. In fact, if we go watch the footage, you will see that what I'm saying is the truth. And the manager and now the head security guard are over there, and they're both trying to convince this guy that they shouldn't go watch the footage. Because if they watch the footage and they see that it was a fight or something, they're going to have to fire him and report it. Whereas if they just say that, like, you know, it was an accident and don't watch the footage, then it's okay. He doesn't want everyone to think that he was attacking this poor guy, though, so he says, no, let's go watch it. And they're fighting with them, like, you don't want to watch it, we like working with you, come on, let's go watch it. So reluctantly, the three of them go into the security office, they start moving the camera around to the time where it was, and sure enough, they see this entire thing go down. They see like this comically weird battle where the security guard is really calm.
Gosh, darn it.
And then out of nowhere, he takes off sprinting, looking back, talking trash, not paying attention. Smacks into the door, blood starts going everywhere, and he leaves. And he's relieved that everybody now knows that he's telling the truth, but he starts looking at the manager and is like lost, and both of them are in tears laughing because they can't believe how dumb this guy was. So they make him retell the story again, and they start calling basically everybody in one by one, like, you gotta see this, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. And by the end of that guy's shift, basically every single worker in this department store had seen it. A bunch of people had, like, you know, started telling other people about it. There were other stores in the mall that had come over and asked to see the footage because someone had gone on their lunch break and hung out with X from X store and told them about it. But what makes this weird is him breaking his nose was so funny they're showing everyone, right? And while they're showing somebody recognizes him, tells them who he is, and through that they're able to track him down. Come to find out, he's like the son of some people that are super prominent in the community. So they contact them, send them the footage, they say, yeah, that's our son, and he gets banned from the mall. But not just like banned, we're talking about actually banned. Like everyone in every store is aware of him, which happens usually, but because this kid had become so famous within the mall community because of like how embarrassing it was, everyone at that particular mall knew who he was. And because his parents were prominent in the community, they were so embarrassed by this, because imagine having like a good business reputation. Next thing you know, your kid gets caught trying to steal a shoe, roasting a security guard, trying to run away and breaking his nose. You probably would ground him too, let's be honest. So they ground him because they're so embarrassed, so he probably messed that up too. All to steal a display shoe. Ladies and gentlemen, I know mathematician, but if I do a cost-benefit analysis on that real quick, I don't think it was worth it. I still don't understand what he was trying to do. Like, was it a dare or something? We dare you to go in there and steal a shoe? What a stupid dare, especially because they just abandoned you, man. Like, if your friends would have been waiting outside for you, that's one thing. They didn't care. Could you imagine he had to go to school with his broken nose? Everyone's like, oh, what happened? As much as he wishes he had some cool story like fighting an alligator, it's just actually that he managed to walk in the glass too hard. And, yeah, I think I've got a story time for
Oops.
that when I spent
Walk into the glass, not full sprint run straight into it. No, it was a peaceful walk. Why'd you break your nose? Shut up. What? Huh? What? What?
He started playing and he just started talking a lot of crap, like a lot of crap, to the point I was almost wondering if he had food poisoning or something. There was so much crap spewing out of his mouth, I was wondering if his butt was going to get jealous. We were all on the same team, but anytime any of us would like die to something in Call of Duty, which is just going to happen unless you're like an elite pro level player, and even then, still probably going to happen, he would just tear into us and say we were trash, so much better, and it was so hard, and he was going to have to carry us, and we were practically useless. And you would think if you're talking like that to a bunch of people at an Xbox party, you better be carrying. Like, I better pull up that scoreboard, see you have 300 kills, 0 deaths, you called in so many tactical nukes, the game broke and just didn't end. But no, it's weird. I pull up the scoreboard and he's not at the top, he's not second, he's like 4th. So I say something back to him along the lines of like, hey man, crazy that you're going to be talking that much crap when you're not even at the top of the scoreboard. And he starts going off on me, saying that I was trash. There was no way if anyone in the party was going to have an issue with him talking garbage, it was going to be me. And I did what anyone would do in that situation. At least I think anyone would do in that situation. At that point, I said, alright, well then let's 1v1 roll. Like, let's see who's actually better. And everybody else in the party was like, yeah, dude, we'll watch. We'll
goober.
We'll spectate. And I played a bunch of these guys in the party. And one thing that we would do when someone was annoying us is we would challenge them to a 1v1 in Call of Duty, talk a lot of crap, and then turn on headshot only before the game would start. And all this does is, like, most people can't hit a headshot or don't go for it, offer it in Call of Duty. So you turn that on, you know, and then they just get really mad and their Xbox and getting pissed off and you get, I didn't actually care if I was better than this kid at this point, I just wanted to piss him off. So they said they were going to watch me, he's like, yeah, no problem, I'll destroy you, I'm not even stressed about it. And it's a pretty dumb trick. At this point, I feel like people would catch on pretty quick. But back then, I feel like people weren't watching as much.
Darn it.
He was already mad. That's the key. He was already mad. I had a challenge him on his Call of Duty skill that he was just hell-bent on proving me wrong. I don't know. Like,
Goobers.
he was talking crap to everyone, but he really didn't like me. But I think he thought that if he beat me in a 1v1, it was going to like look cool to everyone else there. And so I'm just saying that, yeah, you're not
Probably not.
He's already mad. He's already getting more than he should be. So I just keep making him angrier and clearly not working. Fair enough, something in the game was not working. It's not even really rage, they would just get mad and then we would stop the game. We had made some people yell at it, but like we had never made anyone break anything. That's not the point of it. It was usually just something to slightly annoy everyone. And while I'm setting up the game, he's talking even more crap, and now he's saying that whoever loses has to leave the Xbox party. So I say, you're wrong, man, but if you lose, you have to leave. Like, you can't say that, and if I win, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna leave. And he's so confident, he says I shouldn't even worry about that, I'm gonna get destroyed, like, I'm gonna get clapped so hard, I won't even know what hit me. He's going to enjoy watching me get kicked from the party, I'll probably never be back in a party like this anyways. He's talking a ton of crap.
Alright, there we go.
Talking that, like, we're going at it back and forth, I'm having fun with it, I know he's about to get really pissed off because it's headshot only and he doesn't know. So, whatever, I'm taunting him back and forth. He starts talking about my mom, the way Xbox arguments would go back in the day. This is typical stuff. I start saying, at least I know mine. Like, we're just going back and forth. We're being horrible to each other. We're talking trash. But that's just what everybody did back then. Like, I don't know. Call of Duty back then was super toxic, but people would just be like, yeah, well, your mom's a stupid hoe. Well, at least I know my mom, man. Yeah, well, your mom is more popular than some green stuff at a Snoop Dogg concert. How about that? Like, you just go back and forth. So we finally stopped talking trash and we
Yeah.
and
Anyways.
right over to me. Boom. I get him really quick. He doesn't even have time to like see me or do anything.
So we need gear shifts,
But he hadn't caught on yet.
a power source, and then that's basically it. So gear shift to make a gear shift.
And I know I'm making him angrier because his mic went from semi-clear to like. That's my best imitation of it. But when it sounds like somebody's munching on the microphone.
4 times 8 is indeed 32. There you go.
I get him again, and I start talking trash, and the party is laughing because they know that he's this mad, and we haven't even started like showing him something going on. He's saying that where I am is a stupid spot. I shouldn't be able to sit there. There's no reason for me to be there. If I wasn't in that spot, he would have gotten me already. So I'm still taunting him, but I say, all right, man, here, I'll move. I will go somewhere else. 100%. I agree. That's totally unfair. But I bet you still won't be able to get me because you're so garbage. And listen, was I hyping him up a little bit more than I should have? You bet. But I was young, and this guy sucked, so I don't really feel that bad about it. I was having myself a great time. And so I moved and was standing out in the middle of the open. I'm just not even behind any cover. I'm not worried about it, because like this guy's already mad. He's not gonna have good aim. And he's saying where he is while he's screaming into the microphone, and he comes around the corner, and I'm standing there, and he lights me up. Just like an entire clip straight into the chest. And, believe it or not, I don't die. Headshots only is something crazy, because if you don't get a headshot, nothing happens. And he starts freaking out. Oh my goodness, my internet is so bad. This lag is dumb. I just lit you up and nothing happened. Why is the internet so bad? Oh, internets are so cheap. Why won't they just get good internet? This is so stupid.
So good.
And I'm starting to laugh out loud. I can't hide it anymore. Most of the party is laughing because we just watched that happen while he's freaking out. And he thinks that we're laughing at him, which don't get it twisted. We were laughing at him, but we were more laughing at the fact that he hadn't caught on yet. So he starts giving me this insane speech, like I'm the anime villain, and this is his show, about how no matter how much I think that he's out of the fight, he's always going to work harder to get back into it. And it doesn't matter how much I laugh and think he's bad.
So we need 2 gear shifts and
Even
2
though I'm laughing
shifts.
now, he will be the one with the laugh. Yeah, okay, bro, sure. It's a Call of Duty 1v1. It's really not that deep, but for some reason he's giving me a monologue like it's a very important political speech. He's got to convince me to get on his side. He's in the locker room. We're now taking points at halftime. Like, that's the speech he's giving me. just laughing about it. And so he finishes his little speech about how he's nervous about it. I'm like, yeah, it's not about giving up. If you were good, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place. You can't get me if you wanted to. I don't care about your stupid speech. And when I say that it was just some stupid little speech, he does the ree, like an angry ree, and starts rushing over to me. And I do the same exact thing where I just stand out in the open. I want him to come light me up with a clip and absolutely nothing to happen. I think that would be hilarious. So he comes over and lights me up, and nothing's happening, and he's like, I hate this game. I hate my internet. I hate my house. And I'm laughing so hard. I have tears in my eyes. All this happened because he was talking trash. If you would have just critically thought for a second, it would be obvious what was going on. He was so convinced that it was like his internet connection. He was so mad at me because I was laughing that he just would not think. So I
Goober.
right away with one shot. And so at that point, we hear the headset come off and get like set on the ground, and we hear him just storming around wherever he had his Xbox set up in his house. We hear things getting pulled off the shelf. We hear things hitting the ground. It sounds like a tornado is going. I know they got that hurricane down in Florida right now. I hope everybody's safe. But like, that's how much damage this guy is doing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to make. How many of these? Put this back. How many of these? 4 sets. We need 4 alloys.
He's really mad. He's been breaking stuff for a few minutes now, and then we hear him say that I hate this stupid thing. I don't even want to play anymore. We hear a big crash and blink, like you know the sound that the Xbox used to make when someone would leave a party. I don't know if it still does it, but it would make a noise when someone would leave the party. And the second we heard the crash, that blink has left the party. And we thought, okay, he probably just turned off his Xbox, turned off the router, the internet, you know, his parents got mad.
8 times 6 is 48.
It was months and months and months until I bumped into this dude again on an Xbox party. And I see him, and I go,
Dang.
man, it's been a while, what happened?
Perfect.
And he's really sheepish about it, but I press him, I'm like, dude, like, you used to play with my friends all the time, like, what happened? And he says, well, that day we got into a 1v1 and you beat me, I broke my Xbox. I'm like, what? Why would you do that? And he says that he was just so mad at the game that he walked over there and his dad had a rubber mallet because he was working on something and he took it and just hit his Xbox and it wouldn't turn on. And he tried to ask his parents for a new one and they wouldn't buy him one. Which, like, yeah, probably the best way to do it, make him earn it. He had to go get the money for it. Usually in these stories, the spoiled kid just gets handed another Xbox. At least these parents have the nerve to be like, no, if you smash your Xbox with a hammer, I'm not going to replace it. You got to go out and work and get another one. What's wrong with you? It'll probably teach him a little bit more of a lesson. But as he's telling me this, he's like embarrassed about it, saying that he never should have been that mad. And even if he was lagging super hard, it was never a reason to break the game. And I don't really know this dude. We're not close friends. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I could tell him that I had headshot only on. Or I could just make him think that he broke his Xbox because of lag. And because I didn't know the dude very well, I decided on option B and said, yeah, well, I guess it's good that you got an Xbox back. Good for you for working on it. And I left the party. Because listen, he made the choice to hit the Xbox with a hammer. That wasn't my choice, alright? I had nothing to do with that. That was not on me. Plus, if somebody tells you all this, are you going to point out that you did it on purpose? Well, I didn't do it on purpose. It was not my goal to make someone break an Xbox. To be clear, every other time we had done that to mess with people, they just got mad and then figured it out and like left the party. Never once before did it even cross our minds that someone was going to break their stuff because of it, because it's stupid. It doesn't mean anything. Moral of the story, though, don't break your electronics, and if you can't hit someone in a 1v1, make sure they don't have headshots only on. Alright, so this person recently moved to Los Angeles,
Goober.
which, you know, I know a lot of people do that. It's certainly a choice. That's all I have to say about it. And because they live in LA, they decided one day to go for a walk.
Alright, we need redstone links, and I do not have any. So we're gonna have to manufacture. For how many?
And they walk out when the crosswalk says walk, but when they get out into the street,
Free.
reaches to a wolf.
Darn it. 2 torches. 2 planks.
The person who sent this to me is just confused because it's like, dude, you were about to run a red light and hit a pedestrian, and you're mad at me. So the person turns and looks, obviously, and it's very evident that it's like a rich kid driving his dad's car, you know? It's a car that costs way too much money for a dude that, like, definitely has not lived enough life to have made that much money, if that makes sense. And he just kind of gives him like a what the heck, like, you know when you do the shrug, like, bro, what the heck, right? Like, you're blaring the horn at me, but you almost hit me with your dad's car, man. You would have been missed. Trust me, a Rolls Royce is not a cheap vehicle to get your foot fixed on when you slam into somebody in the crosswalk, you know? And the guy, when he sees him do the shrug, the like what the heck signal, decides to lay on the horn again. He's just literally laying on it, blaring it at this guy. In the top just now.
You know what? You know what's really confusing? You can't use you can't use the immersive engineering hammer to make the sheets, but you can use the metal press, which uses a template that's a hammer. Confusion. Whatever. 4 redstone links.
Walking towards him, and so the person that sent this in to me like puts their hands up ready to go, and the guy stops when he sees that, puts his arms out to like show he's not a threat, and goes, so what if it's my dad's car? Why does it matter? Which is so funny, because the guy wasn't really that mad. Like, hey man, if your dad had a Rolls Royce and let you drive it, you probably would too. He just made a comment thinking it would piss the guy off, and it definitely worked. And so he starts laughing because he just can't believe that, like, the bait worked that well, you know? It's just literally like a fishing rod out to sea with a bunch of hungry fish. The bait got taken immediately. And when he starts laughing, the spoiled guy goes, yeah, that's right, my dad's rich, bro. My dad's rich. He's got a cool car. I drive it. So what? And it's like, yeah, okay, man. No one's really mad at you. It's just more funny that it bugs you so much. Like, the fact that you got out of the car and started approaching the guy like you were gonna fight him because it made you so upset that he pointed out that you're driving your dad's car. And even then, even if your dad's rich, even if he lets you drive your car, it doesn't mean that you can just, like, run red lights, especially when there's pedestrians in the road. It's not a Grand Theft Auto server. I don't know, man. I just feel like that's a very dangerous practice. A, because it's irresponsible. You're gonna hurt somebody. Like, you could kill somebody doing that, for real. And on top of that, like, there's no benefit, and it doesn't matter that you have money.
Goobers.
If you hit a pedestrian when they're allowed to be walking, you're going to jail. So whatever, he kind of tells the spoiled guy, like, even if you have a nice car, you still have to follow the law, you know? And the guy looks at him and completely seriously goes, I can do whatever I want, man. My mom owns LA, bro. Oh, does she? Is she on the deed?
Like, the whole... Alright.
Personal property. Apparently, this guy's mom just owns the entire city. So whatever, if you live in LA, I know like 6 million people do, be on the lookout, because apparently there's a guy rolling around ignoring all the traffic laws because his mom owns the city. I feel like LA just attracts these type of people for some reason, you know?
Oopsies. Let's see here. So...
6 million people, you know? I just feel like the more people you get in one area, there's just
we
bound to be
basically...
out of some of them. Alright, this next one was said
now just need like a lever and then we're done.
College, like, experience, you know, it was at the start of their freshman year. If you don't know, most colleges, like, freshman classes are absolutely massive. 300-400 people crammed into a hall, just all sitting there listening to a professor talking about stuff. And because of that, everyone just kind of knows to, like, shut up, because the professor definitely doesn't know who you are, and there's so many people that no one really cares what you have to say, you know? No offense. It's just like, imagine being in an auditorium and one person keeps making the class go on longer than it has to. It would be really annoying. But whatever, on this particular day, the professor goes ahead and assigns some homework. And it's not an insane amount of homework. It was reasonable. It was a complicated concept that they probably needed more time to really learn. You know, we all know the difference between, like, homework that's absolute garbage that a teacher is just giving to be homework, or a professor's giving to just be annoying. And, like, everyone knows the time where you're like, alright, this is fair, I probably do need to work on this a little bit. The professor gives one of those assignments, and a kid raises his hand. And like I said, not a lot of people raise their hands, so the teacher is like, yeah, what? And he said, honestly, man, I straight up think that that's mad unfair. teacher doesn't even know how to respond to that because it's probably the first time in their career that they've ever had someone be like, I'm gonna be straight up, bro. That homework is mad unfair. So the teacher starts to like ask, what do you mean by that? This is a college classroom. It's a college class. There's going to be homework. It's going to be a little bit more intensive than what you're used to. So what do you mean this is mad unfair? Literally says it like that. And you know when you start getting like older people that try to use your slang that you probably press the button, you know? If your mom's ever like, oh, do I have swag now? She's probably not happy. I know swag is old. They always use terms that are a little bit too outdated, you know? Parents. But the spoiled kid looks at the professor and says, I still need to have time to live my life, bro. Huh?
Bro.
You ever think about that, Professor Buzzkill? Huh? How about that? And the professor literally doesn't know how to respond to that because I'm sure they're used to being called like professor, teacher, their name, you know, like their last name. I highly doubt that they're walking around campus and people are like, yo, Professor Buzzkill, what's poppin', man?
Fucking course.
I feel like we all know that professors are buzzkills. Like, I feel like by default, it's just a profession that is kind of a buzzkill because they have to do things like assign homework. And the professor's really confused, so they start asking questions like, aren't you paying to be taught this stuff? Like, don't you want to know what I'm teaching you? Like, sometimes homework's the only way to make sure you guys know this stuff. And his response to that, which is reasonable, college is expensive. It's not like it's cheap to be in a college classroom, you know? Is to just be like, well, my parents are paying for it, so I don't really care. I just want to have fun and vibe. Oh, bro, could you imagine, man, you're paying like $50,000 a year for your kid to go to college because you think it's going to make them smarter, make them more successful, and they're sitting in a classroom that you're paying for, telling the teacher that they don't want to do the homework because they'd rather just vibe. And the professor is listening to this and looking at him like he's just the dumbest person that he's ever interacted with and says, okay.
Because he is.
The homework is still assigned. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you really want to buy and you think the professor is a buzzkill. They're probably still going to assign homework. It's just
whatever. Boom 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 boom.
If you've got like a full ride scholarship and whatever, you decide to be like this, it's still dumb, you know? You might as well make the most of it, but at least no one that you know is paying for it. If your parents are going into debt to pay for your college and you're just like, whatever, man, that's just kind of like slapping your parents in the face.
There you go.
I think college is for everybody. Like, hey, I dropped out of college.
Heads down.
If your mom and dad are paying for it, you might as well take it like 2% seriously. Alright, this next one's just like pure dumbness. I know that's not a word, that just really exemplifies what it is. So this guy was back in his hometown for a little bit. He hadn't been back for a while.
Deep Slate. There it is. Yay! So now we have a nice little thingamabobber that just does little thingamabobber things. Now we can just head down into a new district, and now we need a ton of traders. Yeah. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4, which is going to be 36. 30, over half a stack. Oh, nice. Do I have any traders? Probably not. Alright, so we need 3 iron. 34.
How does that even happen? Anyways, whatever. He goes up and
Goobers. Anyways, 36. I need. Doom 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 doom.
I don't know. And he's like, what do you mean you don't know? I gave you my phone and now I want to leave, so I need my phone back.
Five times 36 divided by 64. I should add a Minecraft option to my calculator that calculates how many stacks something is. 5 times 36. 180. 2.8 free-ish stacks.
It looks like you put it under a car tire and then decided to drive over it. Like an impressive amount of damage done.
Seriously.
And he looks at his cousin and he's like, "What happened?" And he says, "I dropped it." Right?
4 times.
Whatever. I guess if you drop the phone directly on his screen, it's probably going to break. But he doesn't understand why it was duct taped to the ceiling fan. So he's like, "Why did you duct tape it to the ceiling fan? I don't get it. The screen's broken, but like, why? I don't understand." And his cousin goes, "Oh, I thought that maybe if I taped it to the ceiling fan and turned it on, it would fix the glass." And at that point, he was just so confused that it made absolutely no sense. That he just
Oh yeah, I have to get 36 traders. Now I have to get 36 villagers. And I have to fill those villagers. I have to fill the villagers, yes. I have to get a shepherd thing, which is a loading. What the frick is it called? Probably something station. Just doing it. What the frick is it called?
Pokemon Go trying to hatch eggs. That was the first thing I thought of. Because back in like 2016 when Pokemon Go came out,
Loom.
my friends would
Or loom. We need looms. There's no way I'm gonna remember. Whatever. 36.
I would have never thought that you would think that a big skin whatever, apparently his cousins are connecting dots that really are not there. Alright, so this one is a very awkward situation that I'm pretty sure everyone has had before. Not literally that,
String 36 times 2, 70 something.
One day he gets invited to his friend's house to play video games. And he goes over and he's very surprised because, like, A, the house is huge, and B, when they go in, this guy has every video game console, basically every game you could think of, all the add-ons. It's like this guy straight up has a huge museum quality collection just sitting there and at access all the time. And so he's like, "Whoa, dude, this is so awesome." He's a little bit confused because the guy's like, it's kind of lame to be honest because we don't have, and he names like the only 2 games he doesn't have. And he's confused because he's like, "Oh, well, if I had a collection like this, I would be hyped," but that was a little weird. And so whatever, they're playing video games for about
Yoink.
an hour, and after an hour, his mom comes up and says, "Hey, can I get you guys anything?" And he says, "No, thank you, but that's so nice. It's nice to meet you. I'm blah, blah, blah," and introduces himself to his mom. Which is the nice thing.
There we go. Now we need 36 villagers. This part might take a little longer. Yay, and I do have incubators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's half.
"Mom, shut up and leave us alone. We're busy." And he likes it all. Why? Because he can't believe he talked to his mom like that, you know? If he would have said that, then his mom would not have been very happy. If I would have done that to my mom, then oh man, I would have expected her to freak out. And so he looks back at the mom wide-eyed, expecting her to freak out, as we all probably would. And he's insanely confused because instead of freaking out, saying his friend has to go home so they can talk about that, he can't
There we
talk
go.
to his mom like that.
Yay, 36. We're probably actually going to need more.
And he's thinking to himself, what just happened? What just happened? This guy just told his mom to shut up and leave us alone because she was trying to talk to me after I introduced myself. And instead of freaking out and sending me home, she just rolled with it like it was a normal daily occurrence. He literally is stupefied at what he just saw. He can't believe it. He's what is going on? And he's even more confused because the rest of the time he's there, he does it 3 more times. Every time his mom check on him and like offer him anything. He's like, Mom, go away, you're so annoying. And every time, she would just be like, okay, and leave. And it started to make him so uncomfortable that he went home. Like, he just did not even want to be around it. Because it was just like, oh, what are you doing? And he just stopped being friends with the guy.
Come on. Ding dong ding dong ding 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 ding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have 75% of all villager stock we need here. Here at Nader Industries, we have 75% of the villagers that I need currently. We need 75%. Ah, shut up. What? Pardon? Shut your mouth. Ah, how nice. They has greeted. Finally.
Shut up and leave me alone! It's not gonna end well, bro. He's gonna be at work one day, his boss is gonna ask him something annoying, and he's gonna be like, hey man, you might sign my paychecks? You're gonna use this. And he's gonna be living with you until he's like 45. And on top of it, like, bro, like, why would you want to deal with that, man? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't have a kid, but I feel like I would just not want to be bullied by my kid every day. Alright, this last one is just another, like, story about someone overhearing something at
You'd think.
This guy was in the library trying to study for his midterm, and it's the library, so you don't really expect to overhear a lot of conversations. And he's not even trying to eavesdrop, but you know when you're just like in a place and someone's
okay, this guy's a dud.
That's what's going on, and it's the library, so it's very easy to hear what they're saying. And this guy's just like super loudly complaining about his parents. And whatever, everyone's like,
guess who needs to go into the compactor and die? Get over here, you goober, you now perish now. Oopsies. Bye-bye. Suspicious. Whatever, it's fine.
how much do they give you? And the guy says, only $10,000 a month. That's like basically poverty wages. And the guy's jaw literally drops. Like, man, I wish I was getting that type of poverty wage, you know? Oh, you're
120K a year? Okay, he calculated it for me. Thanks, Scrubs. Anyways, only being able to buy 16 wool each round is not good for business.
Crazy expectations about what life's supposed to be like, you know? Everybody wants to win the lottery, don't get it twisted. But if you literally function on $10,000 a month, when all your other bills are paid for, then how are you ever going to be a functional adult, man? You know the type of people that end up like $600,000?
We have to wait 5,000 decades for these frickin' villagers to grow up and go into my obsidian chest so I can force them into the labor market. Capitalism. Anyways,
But whatever, the guy finally gets up and leaves with his friend, and he kept studying, but the entire time he couldn't help but think that this was
whatever.
And I feel like all colleges kind of have students like this, that's just like parents just have so much money, it's falling out of their ears, and they just don't realize it. If somehow I end up getting to the point where like $120,000 a year is nothing that I can give away, like if I'm lucky enough to get there, right? Then my kid better at least know the value of it, bro. If my kid ever said something like this, I'd be like, hey, you're cut off, man. You gotta go figure some stuff out. Alright, so the person who said this...
So we have just 5 stacks of emeralds. This is not enough, but so oh yeah, I wanted to make a Neverite beacon, You know, that's probably a good way to pass the time. So let's go get another netherite beacon. To do this, we're going to have to get an extra 17 wither skeleton skulls, since I actually have a few. Or one. I have one. One skull. So we're going to have to go grab a few more. Okay, we need, what did I say, 17? Because I have one extra. So, quick math, 6 times 3 minus 1. Out of ya. Johnny, nonny, no, 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 Oh, Jesus. Okay, I gotta heal. I swear, Enderite armor is, like, weaker or something. Thankfully, Java Edition has fast heal, unless... kind of screwed. Oh my god, frick off. Oh my god! Tyler, you have ammo. Whatever. Actually, I am gonna need tons of gas tiers, so I might as well start now. Where the frick is this goober? Okay, good. They died. Anyways, we need 14 more skulls. Alright, now we need 11 more skulls. 10 more. I think with speed boost I'd be able to like move a little quicker, hopefully. .jpeg, maybe. Why the frick do I have to deal with these goobers? Just let me live. Jesus Christ, leave me alone! Oh my god! Oh my god! Leave! Can I get my wither skulls in peace? No, not pieces! Oh my god. frick off! Just let me live! Did he just smack the skeleton with his... What is going on? Oh my god. Frick. Get over here, cube. Die, cube. Die, cube. There's all of these guys, so I might as well kill all of them. Oopsie. Okay, 24. Good frickin' enough. Ooh, gas tier seeds. Okay, that's actually really good. We want that. We want gas tier seeds, actually. Because I'm going to have to resummon the Ender Dragon a ton of times to do that end base idea. So I'm going to need a crap ton of... Jeez, man. I'm gonna need a crap ton. Goober. Goober. Oh my god. Get over here. Cube. Gas tier series. Good. Don't care about gunpowder. Don't care about coal. Okay. Jeez. Can I go home? Can I go home? Okay, there's home portal. Good. It's just like right around the corner. I am so tired of these ghasts. Oh my god. I am sick and tired of being lit on fire every 2 minutes. Actually, the mecha armor should actually kind of protect me against that. I should actually also be able to charge from that, I think. Anyways, yay, new villagers. Alright, perfect. So... we have capacity for even more, but we just need the 6, and then we need the soul sand. Hey. Anyways, mine entrance. Get out of here. What? Wow! He didn't even hit me. At all. god. Actually just didn't even hit me. The whiffer's so freaking easy. Didn't even hit me! What is this? You absolute freaking goober. Ugh. The only reason he hit me there is because I backed up in a corner and I ran out of ammo because I missed my shots. The only reason. Whatever. Whatever. Anyways, something about get over here, Uber. Where the frick did you go? Never die or whatever. Seriously. Alright, we'll just put 2 wivers down, because why not? We'll go a little bit away. Fuel and... you know. How you sniped me? Whatever. Yay, get out of here, zombie. No one loves you. And die, and alright.
Listen, I think we're all in agreement. The guy just working in the store, the guy just working in the front of the business.
Boom, 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 boom. Be good. Alright, we'll just grab a few stacks of Neverite and... Actually, how many blocks do I have just in storage over here? 25, alright. It's very, very nice being able to just do that, you know. Grabs Neverite blocks. Oopsies. Three and a half stacks, sure. Alright, so... I guess. Nine. 20. Dang, it was... Alright, perfect. So... There you go. We'll, like, get rid of all of this later, but whatever. So, there is the beacon. The reason I want another beacon is because it's really annoying going over to the basement and not having beacon powers, so... Hey, I'm rich enough for just build another. Whatever, I don't care. Anyways, head over here. Alright, so I definitely would not get those beacon powers, so this beacon is going to do at least some walk. Goober. So now if I'm all the way over in the corner, I now get beacon powers. Alright, perfect. Because it's really annoying going over here and having no freaking power. Very annoying. Anyways, I upgraded this. It now has 2 everlasting generators into an ultimate energy cube into the ultimate universal pipes to charge pads. 2 charge pads. Craziness. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Gray wool. That makes 2 people, which means now I can get at least 32 perfing. One, two, three, four, five, six. That makes absolutely no sense. Black wool. Fine. Alright. So, Mr. Shepard, would you like to take our exclusive new ride in the Frick You Chamber? Bye-bye. If you won't show me gray roll, you're going to get evaporated.
Who was basically one of the most arrogant people you could ever meet. You know, he literally
thought
that he was like a young Tom Brady who himself, and he made sure that everybody was aware of the fact that, you know, he really, really wanted to play quarterback and thought he would be great at it. The only problem with him thinking he's Tom Brady is that he played quarterback is that he really sucked at playing quarterback. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that you shouldn't have big dreams and work towards improving or whatever, but you gotta be a little bit realistic. You know, if you want to be a quarterback, you can't throw a football, that kind of rules that out. This guy literally could not throw a spiral more than 20 yards, which, you know, is shocking.
Now, this might be a bad idea.
You can't throw a football that kind of rules out playing the position where you have to do that the entire game. It doesn't really work like that. Even if you're a quarterback that's really good at scrambling around, you gotta be able to throw it sometimes. Anyways, even though he just does not have the ability to be starting quarterback, he's just kind of relentlessly bugging the coach about how he should be quarterback because he has the most heart for the position and how he wins games for sure. And listen, I understand that he's probably really passionate about playing quarterback, you know, and Hart definitely
Could throw other villagers down in there, I guess. Could throw a bunch of stonemasons down there.
It's a lot more about like talent. It matters, but if you just keep throw a football, it doesn't matter how bad you want to be quarterback. And the coach wasn't mean; he would do his best to tell him no without breaking his heart. Most coaches that are not great just started yelling at him for being annoying and trying to say that he's better than the quarterback. You know.
Gray wool. Ding dong 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 dong. Anyways, we need a bunch of gray wool and gray concrete. So honestly, it's not really that efficient to be buying wool. Gonna be honest.
Like, hey, it's the arm strength, just work on it, you know? He was being as honest as he could be without just telling him, like, look, the odds of you playing quarterback aren't that great simply because you have the ability to throw a football like my 7-year-old son. And every time he would, like, tell this spoiled kid this, he would reply to the same thing. He's gonna work on it and show him next week. And every week, he would, like, still throw the ball 20 yards. And it became really obvious to everyone that he was not practicing. You know, he would swear he was gonna work on it for the next week. He promised everybody he was spending hours in his backyard throwing football. But there was just no way he was. Week after week, he couldn't throw it any further. He didn't get any better at throwing a spiral. If anything, it got worse. And I just refuse to believe that if you're actually, like, practicing throwing a football for hours a day, for weeks, that you, like, just get better at it. I just refuse to believe that. The idea that he was in his backyard practicing for hours and hours and just literally could not get better at throwing a football. I just feel like it's one of those things that you would have to get better at because you just, unless you're purposely practicing as bad as humanly possible. Like, I don't know, I just don't think there's many things you can practice for weeks and not get better at. But for some reason, the football gods have frowned upon this man and, you know, obviously made him have zero improvement after doing this for weeks. And the coach was starting to get annoyed because each week he was wasting time being like, alright, look at how far I can throw, you know, he would stop practice and make everybody watch it. And it just wasn't getting better. The coach had no problem having challenges, you know, and people trying to improve and whatnot, but you have to show improvement. If you're just wasting time and not practicing, it's not going to do anything.
So we can put a lot in this new basement district. So
football, the coach finally made an announcement after practice saying that since the season was now half over,
Seriously?
they were just going to do like no more position challenges, you know, just because, oh, the last half of the season we want to keep the starting team consistent, you know, which is fair enough. I feel like if you let people challenge everyone for the first couple weeks of the season, that's fair, but by the time, you know, you're getting into the home stretch of the season, you probably should just have one team at place. But obviously, the spoiled kid does not like the sound of not being able to challenge everyone with the quarterback every week. He literally stands up while the coach is talking. It's like, that's not fair. And the coach tells him, well, you know, it's not just for quarterbacks, it's for all positions. And, you know, please sit down and let me finish. And the kid just interrupts the coach. Okay, he's trying to be a nice guy to do this calmly as possible. But the spoiled kid just starts yelling, no, you need to let me play quarterback already. I've been working so hard, week in and week out, and you just refuse to let me play. And he's like, look, dude, I understand you've been working week in and week out, but it's not improving. And the coach at this point has been very patient. It's literally the first time that like he said anything back. So the spoiled kid keeps yelling at him. And now he's getting yelled at in front of his team. He doesn't want to take it, so he snaps a little bit and just goes, you know, this would be a different discussion if you could throw the ball. All right, if you could throw the ball, we could talk about it, but you can't. So just sit down and shut up and let me finish what I was saying. And obviously the spoiled kid just kind of standing there for a moment to utilize some of the and some other people on the team cheer a little bit like, yo, does shut that down. He goes, hey guys, stop that. So the message is clear that the team kind of agrees with what he just yelled, and this dude is really annoying about how
Oh, nice. Since I haven't traded with these guys, we can easily convert them from shepherds into masons. Right here, stone masons. One extra fucking villager. Are you kidding me? Can I grind them in the frickin' perfect? Alright, moving on.
Because you're just not your parents. Even if your dad's the president, dude, it doesn't mean that you just like get to play quarterback because you can't throw the football. But I guess he never got the memo, you know, because he instantly just starts going off about how his parents are huge boosters to the school and the coach has a financial obligation to put him in quarterback because of how much money
Freaking kidding me.
given. As if that means anything. Like your parents give us money, so we just magically have to give you starting quarterback job. And basically, the kid starts to threaten the coach, saying that, you know, if he doesn't put him in at quarterback, then the team would be cut off, and that wouldn't be a very smart decision, especially because he knows that the coach wanted a smart boy, which, you know, goes to show how old this is, but he basically threatens to, like, not give him money for what the coach is saying he wants. And obviously, this guy isn't his parents, you know, but to hold a donation or, like, something you promised over someone's head and they say do what you want, it's pretty messed up, you know? And obviously, that ultimatum was not going to make the coach pleased because you're basically saying, like, look, dude, I kind of own you, and unless you do what I want, I'm just not going to give you any more money from my parents. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, if you're not going to even donate to the team, then don't be on the team. And the coach does give him the chance to correct it. He asks him to clarify, and he's like, are you threatening the financial future of your football team because you're not getting what you wanted? Trying to point out the irony of him, like, being on a team, you know, but then also selfishly holding up his money that his parents donated over the team's head. Because, yeah, that's not a very team player move right there, you know, to be like, hey, by the way, if you don't do what I want, which is definitely not the best for the team, then I just won't give you anything. And the spoiled kid's response is like, no, I'm simply stating the facts of what's going to happen unless you put me in a quarterback, so you do what you want with that information, you know. It's not a threat, it's a promise. If my parents don't feel like I'm getting...
Finally! Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not a threat, it's a
Took
promise.
forever. We can buy a bunch of quartz from them, and that's nice. Stonemasons, you can also buy a bunch of other things, so whatever. Half a stack per round isn't really that bad anyways, so whatever.
He goes, okay, you really want to play quarterback? And he's like, yeah. And he says, all right, well, in the game that takes place in 2 days, where are we starting quarterback for?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The team that they were playing in 2 days wasn't just some, like, crappy team that would be fun to play against. They were playing the best team in their area by a large margin.
So you can buy like a bunch of different terracotta? Can I knock out... Hold on. If I can buy terracotta... buy cyan terracotta. Hold on, you might be able to buy every type of terracotta.
They were like nationally ranked at one state championships. So this school was just a normal school. So even with their normal quarterback, they were going to get slaughtered. But if they played this dude with no experience who couldn't throw the ball, he would get destroyed and like they were going to lose anyways. And the spoiled kid starts to protest a bit, saying he doesn't think it's the best idea for his first game at quarterback to be against that team because they're so good and, you know, they're kind of known for destroying teams like them, 70-0. And he just literally goes on this rant listing all the reasons that he only wanted to play quarterback if it was against a team that sucked. Which once again, just like, isn't really how it works. Obviously, everybody wants to be Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that are stuck on Garbo teams and lose a lot, you know? And the coach says, well, you're the one who wanted to challenge the quarterback for his spot, so here's the challenge. If you somehow don't get destroyed this Friday, then the spot is yours. And so, obviously, the spoiled kid is put into a pickle here because he doesn't want to play quarterback in 2 days, but at the same time, like, he can't back down because, obviously, the coach is giving him an opportunity, and it's very evident that, like, this is his last chance to try. If he doesn't try now, then the coach can always just be like, look, I gave you the chance and you didn't want to. So he accepts the offer. And obviously, if the game is in 2 days, it means that they only have one more practice before the game to get it used to playing quarterback. And that's just not enough time to learn how to run a football offense, even if you have a bunch of experience, you know? Like, imagine if
There you
you're
go.
a new team for a sport you play, learning everything in a day. That would be hard. Now imagine you also have no experience at the position. Yeah, there's literally no chance that in one day you can learn enough to do good, especially against a good team. And during that practice, it just becomes insanely evident that this is going to go poorly. He just can't throw the ball, you know? He's having a hard time doing handoffs to the running back. He keeps forgetting the counts to snap the ball. He's just doing horrible. And like I said, you would think if he had literally spent hours and hours in the backyard practicing that, like, most of this stuff would have become relatively easy to him at some point. But it's just going horribly. And a lot of the players are looking to the coach to do something, but he just holds strong and is like, they're playing quarterback. In fact, the practice itself had gone so poorly that, like, after practice in the huddle, the spoiled kid himself started to admit that it probably wasn't the best idea for him to start. But the coach cut him off when he's in the middle of, like, I don't know if this is the best idea. And he said, well, this is what you wanted, right? And he's like, yeah. And he said, all right, well, this is your chance. Otherwise, you're never getting a chance to play quarterback again. And just the way that coach said it wasn't trying to be mean. It was just a very
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Bugging me about this for months. Stop complaining about it now. And the spoiled kid was way too prideful to be smart and admit that, like, look, this is going to go poorly, I'd rather just not. So he's like, fine, I'll do it, and I'm going to win, like, you guys are all going to see. And the entire team is literally rolling their eyes and groaning because they had just seen the same practice. And it's very evident that, like, you know, they already were going to get slaughtered, but this is going to be a next level embarrassment simply because this guy just does not know what he's doing, but keeps insisting that he's the greatest of all time. So the next day is game day, and there's spoiled kids in his jersey going around the
And
I'm the starting quarterback, and it's going to be awesome.
profit begins.
I stole the job from this guy, he just wasn't cutting
That
it.
is a lot of brick.
Come watch, 'cause it wasn't
If I ever need to build fireplaces, bro, I can build just all of them.
come watch the game, and they're confused.
Hey Tyler, yeah? How many fireplaces can you build? 79. What? I need 79. How? Shut your mouth. Alright. Oops. Brick, 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 brick. Throw all the bricks away. Literally throw them away. And there you go. Yay. So we've got the bricks gone. Now we can buy the next level with emeralds. Go to a guy that doesn't have everything unlocked already. We can buy the next level with emeralds if we want, but I don't feel like doing that. We have this stone option now. Now what we can do is we can basically mine everything. Then we can sell a mountain and get a mountain of emeralds from a mountain. And there you go. However, I am going to purchase the next level.
but the kickoff happens and it goes relatively well, I guess. So now it's the first play with this little kid in at quarterback, and it's a pass that's supposed to go like 5 yards, which should be easy enough. Like, that's a relatively easy throw. Anyways, the ball gets snapped and he throws it. The only problem is he literally throws it like as slow as humanly possible. People to this day are still confused on how he managed to bend time itself to make the ball float through the air for as long as it did. You know, like he just, I don't know how he managed to do it. It was as if the Matrix universe itself suddenly merged with ours, just so this football that was thrown would slow down and have the velocity of like a balloon filled with helium just flying through the sky. And obviously it's up in the air for so long that the other team that's a lot bigger, faster, and stronger than them kind of like pushes past them, runs, and just snatches it out of the air. So that's called an interception. And on top of that, he turns and just runs it back down the field and literally scores off the first play of the game. So not too great. His first pass in his career is taken by the other team for a touchdown, which I'm going to assume is not how you want your career to start. Obviously, like these things happen.
Whatever.
Over it, but as far as you want them to probably be more
Frick efficiency.
Interception taken back for a touchdown is probably not play one. But when he gets to the sideline, instead of having his head held down and being a little embarrassed, he decides to start yelling at the coach because apparently it was the bad play call that he had taken forever to throw a slow ball. The coach is not having it and instantly just snaps back at him. He's like, listen, a 5-yard pass is not supposed to take 25 seconds to get to the receiver, okay? I could have gone to the Subway and gotten a sandwich in the amount of time it took for you to throw the pass. Obviously, the ball has to get to the receiver in a timely manner. You don't have the ability to throw deep, so the only way this is going to work is if you get it out quick. You know, so you just have to throw the ball fast, and the ball has to get there in time. That's why it was a problem. Either way, because the other team scored, they got the ball back pretty quick right off the kickoff, and they go out there again. And this time, they're going to huddle and he's calling a play. And out of nowhere, he just insults like all the linemen that are responsible for protecting and some of the defenders, by the way. He's like, oh, you guys are sloppy pigs that can barely do your job, and it's your fault that I threw that interception, so next time just be more careful. And listen, there's no
There you go. Alright, there's the next level, and we are now level 50, which, yeah.
But on top of it, I just feel like insulting and demoralizing the people responsible for holding the athletes back. That job is literally to destroy you. It's just like the best way to go about it. Just be nice to them, you know, just be nice. You don't need to insult them. You're going to end up with you getting destroyed. Now, of course, no confirmation about it, what happened next was on purpose. There was this huge guy on the other team's right side. And somehow, by magic, when the ball is snapped, the guy that's responsible for guarding and manages the ball right at the start. Total accident. And when he falls, it opens up this lane for the guy that is giant and fast to just go straight at the quarterback. And the entire goal of the defense is to like sack the quarterback behind where they are so that way they lose yards, right? Put them back down the other side. So he starts to run at him. And I think this would have been really messed up of the guy to do if it would have been on the left side because he wouldn't have been able to see it coming. But when the guard falls, the spoiled kid sees him fall and now is very aware that this dude is rushing down this alley towards him. And so he starts to scramble, running away as fast as possible because he realizes there's literally nothing standing between this giant dude who is now trying to run him down and tackle him because that's his job. So he's running, but the problem is he starts running backwards. Generally when he's scrambling, he's running like sideways, maybe a little bit back. But he starts running towards his end zone trying to get away. Like literally sprinting away from the guy on the other team because he's so afraid of him. Which is just not what you're supposed to do. And he's not very fast, so this guy's gaining on him. And it gets to the point where he's like about to tackle him. And right before he gets tackled, he turns around and says, "Don't hit me," and literally hands the guy the ball in exchange for not getting tackled. So like obviously there's a spot where he stops and is looking at this kid trying to give him the ball. And the player on the other team is insanely confused because it's not every day that a quarterback like tries to give you the ball in exchange for not getting hit. Usually they'll throw it away or take the hit or, you know, not open negotiations, but here's this guy is like, if I give you the ball, will you not hit me? And he's like, sure, I guess. So he takes the ball out of the spoiled kid's hand and proceeds to run down the
sure.
Keep in mind, the spoiled kid is running towards his end zone the entire time he's getting chased. Anyways, he had literally just just given a touchdown to the other team. So the spoiled kid walks to the sideline, and everyone on his team starts yelling at him like, "What is wrong with you? What are you doing? Why would you give the ball to them and let them score? Like, you do realize that you just gave them a touchdown." And he's like, "I'm done. I've had enough. I don't want to play this game anymore. I thought we were quarterback." And he's gone and starts taking off his pass. And then he's taking off his pass. The coach looks at him and he's like, "What are you doing? Are you kidding? Like, are you serious right now?" And the little kid's like, "Yes, I'm kidding. Are you kidding me? Out there, you're supposed to protect the quarterback. And the fact that, you know, I got hit is going to show that you guys don't know what you're doing. And listen, man, like, of course you're supposed to protect the quarterback, but chances are you're going to get hit." Tell them, like, it's football. You expect it to not get touched. And he takes his pads off and just storms out of there. So, obviously, he's quit, he's done. The team is still a little bit confused, though, because, you know, they just didn't understand why he was quitting over getting hit. Like, the team's always going to do their best to protect you. It's a lineman's job to protect you. If you're insulting them, though, obviously, you fell, wink, wink. But, you know, even if he didn't fall, eventually, at some point during the hour game, someone's going to make a mistake and they're probably going to get hit. Like, football is just a sport that happens to have a lot of contact. There's not much that's going to think about that, because the entire nature of the game is like tackling people and hitting the quarterback, you know. I feel like football is just a horrible sport to play if you're afraid of putting contact at all. It's literally one of the main things it's known for is being rough and like hitting, dropping shoulder pads.
I don't play sports.
I'm not a football fan, but like, let's be honest, if you're afraid of getting
Oh,
hit,
jeez.
you probably shouldn't be playing football because it's just going to happen. Either way, though, he had quit.
Okay, these two are for glass. These two are for deep slate. This one's for polished andesite. Alright, you got me?
They ended up putting the starting quarterback back in, and, you know, as much as I would love for there to say it was like some Disney magic comeback here, it wasn't happening. They still got slaughtered. They did manage to score once,
Polished
but like I
andesite.
said, the team they were playing was just so much better than them that, like, it didn't really matter who was going to be at quarterback. They were just going to lose, which is why it's even funnier that, like, the spoiled kid took it so personally, you know? It was just reality that it was not going to go well. Even the person way better than him didn't do any better. After the game, though, the spoiled kid had left, but the spoiled kid's parents started walking up to the coach to talk to him, and all the players are kind of nervous because they're expecting him to get yelled at and reamed out for not letting him finish the game as quarterback. But they're actually super understanding, and they start telling the coach, you know, "Thanks for giving our son a chance, but it's pretty obvious that he's not too cut out for this. I mean, you know, it's not every day you watch someone give away a touchdown." And they laugh a little bit, and they're like, "Well, you know, thank you for giving him a chance because he's wanted to play quarterback forever." They had been at the game to watch their kid play, and obviously when their kid had tried and handed the other team the ball, they realized that the crap he had said about, you know, the coach being out to get him and not getting a fair shot wasn't really true. He just wasn't cut out for playing quarterback, and the coach was just telling him he wasn't cut out to play quarterback. So they said that they would continue to support the team, you know, and it wasn't really a big deal about their son not playing quarterback, and they just wanted to come clarify because they didn't want him to think it's personal that they're not going to be at games now that their kid's not playing. So his entire plan of like holding the money for the smart boy above the head didn't really work because they just kind of realized football is not for you, kid, which is probably the best move if you're going to quit when you get tackled. Either way, the coach just said his smart board GG, the kid left, and you know, he did get a chance of playing quarterback, so technically everybody still got what they wanted. I am going to give the parents credit, though, for like still supporting the team. I don't know if I would be giving money to a team that my kid didn't play on. Not in a mean way, it's just like if my kid's not here, why do I care? Regardless, around the school, people would just trying to make fun of him, being like, "Dude, what was that?" And he would take it relatively well. He wasn't the fighting type, but I think everyone was more just confused.
There you go. That is so much more organized. It's not even freaking funny. Alright. 200 XP levels! Woo. Alright. Let's see here. What do we go?
No, you had to go ahead and make it a fool out of yourself and then just get slaughtered anyways. It was not very worth it, dude.
So we got yellow, black, and white. Looks like just about every color.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, I'd appreciate you taking a second.
Great terracotta.
Button in the comment section down below what you thought.
Yay.
And of course, subscribe if you want to turn on notifications. If you really want to help me out, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to the intro song.
Although it's actually not terracotta, although I could use cyan terracotta. I want gray concrete, not terracotta, so it actually doesn't matter. Completely forgot about that. But if I ever need terracotta, hey, I know where to go. If I ever need polished andesite, which I probably will considering my building style, then we will come back here. And the nice thing is I can uncraft polished andesite and hopefully get andesite back and make andesite pillars without having to make the thing, you know. That also means that this stream has been over 2 hours. Yep, 2.5. Yay. Alright, so those stonemasons, you know, these stonemasons down here. I just trapped myself. Not the best play. Yeah. Oh my goodness, jeez. Good gracious, just keep this door open. Whatever, anyways. Yeah, things and stuff. And is it still raining? No, it is not still raining. Which means that I can achieve greatness. Yay. So let's do landscaping now, shall we? Okay, nice, thank you. Boom. Alright, so now what we can do is... Oh, well, it's not raining in real life, but it is in Minecraft. Gosh dang it. I can't do anything about that. Gosh dang it. Well, whatever. Let's start landscaping. So, I really want to get rid of, especially this section right here. Just this whole hill on this side. Because it's very annoying to me. Personally. So, we're just gonna make a nice little path right in the middle of here. Straw in the middle. Like, right in the middle. I had a go-kart, by the way. It wasn't like an actual go-kart, like not with an engine or anything. It was pedal powered. It was kind of fun. Now I'm gonna use Silky instead of Forgy because I can get the stone and I can sell it. So not good. Yeah, this entire area is gonna get mined. Tyler, use the destruction wand. No, that's too easy. Shut your mouth. Tyler, isn't that the whole reason you... Any more questions? Anyways. Now with that distraction out of the way, let's continue. That is actually going to be in my new video. I'm scripting it right now. I should probably be doing school homework, whatever. Or I should be scripting that video. Probably not streaming, you know, landscape design, but hey, it's fine. Alright, so oopsies. Okay, so now we need to establish a perimeter. Then we can start mining properly. Alright, so we basically need to mine out this whole chunk, and yes, via the dough machine, it is going to be demolished. I might rebuild it, I probably will have to, but for now, I don't need it, so it's going to be deleted. And this will work as my dirt farm for now. I need to make a dirt farm, because I will need a bunch of dirt one day for something, probably. So, yeah. Maybe I'll make the end into the overworld. I don't frickin' know. I might need dirt. Maybe if I'm expanding my land, I will need it. I don't know. Blue ice. Acacia saplings aren't that bad. Now, if I need acacia trees, I'll grab acacia trees from somewhere else.
maybe this is just me not trying to get a Darwin Award, but I told them, yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I don't want to. I really don't want to put in it. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't want to. And they're like, oh, come on, put me a baby. And I'm like, look, you can call me a baby. I don't want to. Because it just looked insanely dangerous. I just did not want to be involved. No thanks. So, whatever. They just kept flipping it over and over and over. And I'm just kind of standing there watching it. And after a while, I get bored. And I'm like, alright, I'm going to go inside and play some video games. You guys have fun. And they're like, alright, bye. You're still a win for not wanting to flip it. Whatever. I go inside. And
Layer
my mom
63.
goes, "Can you sleep on that go-kart?" And obviously, I'm not going to snitch on my friends. Even though they were doing stupid things, it's not like I'm going to tell my mom I wasn't doing anything. So I say, no. The last thing I want my mom to do is tell their mom baby and then say, "Hey, and my mom's like, okay, we'll just be careful." And at the time, I was really into Madden with Madden Code and I was Brett Favre on the cover. I remember I was playing my like superstar character. I made a character I was playing through a season. And I'm playing this game and I hear like a door opening. I see my mom being told, I hear her coming upstairs. And she comes in and she says, "Hey, your friends are outside. They want you to come back outside." And I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't want to flip this stupid go-kart. I don't say that out loud, but I know that they're like, "You can do it again." I just don't want to. It seems like a stupid idea. I'm not interested. So I go downstairs and I see them and they're like, we're not gonna do that thing to my mom's in there, so they can't say we're not gonna go kart. They said we're just gonna go explore the desert. And so I was a little bit more interested in that. So I go out to the garage, I get my bike, because we have like a mountain bike type of thing, and I start following them as we go kart down the
Alright. Oh yeah, that can get even more profitable. That thing right there, because I can auto trade all of those guys, and if I discount them to 1 emerald a piece, or 1 stone per emerald, it's going to be 1 stone per emerald, which means I need to mine 1 piece of cobblestone, and I can fully automatically produce cobblestone from a cobblestone generator. So it's about how fast my board goes, so there we go. So now I just need to mine all of this crap. And I think for the first time I'm going to get Silk Touch, and we're going to get the Silk Touch unit, and we're going to go have fun. Tyler, what's the Silk Touch unit? Oh my goodness. So on the Mecha Tool, and that's all I'm gonna say. There we go. So this is gonna give me a lot more land. Actually, it's gonna be very nice. Gosh darn it. Giant freaking gun.
Okay, good. I do have Silk Touch.
Alright, so we're going to use the Mecha Tool now, and we're going to use this, and you're going to see how useful the Mecha Tool is. Oopsies.
like where he is, and I will never forget how gross this is. I'm hoping the video will get demonetized. But just road rash down the entire right side of his face. When I say road rash down the entire right side of his face, I mean he's looking like Two-Face. And immediately, me and Red are like, oh my god, bro, we have to get you to the hospital, like, we gotta take you to your parents. And I'm starting to, like, you know, we gotta get him to his parents now. Like, we gotta get out of here. And then Red, for whatever reason, he realizes that he's going to get in trouble for this. And he's like, no, we don't have to tell him. We can just, like, clean it ourselves. And I look at Red, and I look at Green, who is looking like Two-Face from Batman at the current moment. And I say, there's no way we're gonna be able to keep this a secret. There's just no way. Like, even if we were makeup experts, half of his face is missing, bro. Like, there's no way that we're going to be able to keep this a secret. And on top of it, even if we could, he probably needs to go see a doctor. Like, he needs to go see someone. He needs help, bro. Like, this is not okay. And Red's reluctant. He's like, well, I'll take him. I'll say we flipped it. But you go home and just say you weren't with us, because if there's 3 people, then we broke multiple rules, and I'm gonna get in more trouble. And I look at Green, I'm like, Green, do you need me? And he goes, no, I agree, my parents will be more mad if there was 3 of us here. So they both agree that I should just dip out, and they're like, don't tell anyone you're with us, because we're going to tell them that we flipped it, and that's how we got hurt. And listen, I'm younger than them, I look up to them a lot, and then, like, should I have kept it a secret in retrospect? Probably not. And at the time, I was just going to keep my mouth shut and go home. I was fine, I don't know why I wasn't injured, Red wasn't injured, like, you were okay, so I go home.
Whatever.
I wasn't awesome, but that was pretty good. I, like, go upstairs as fast as possible, get on my PS2, and I start playing Madden, trying to just avoid my parents. I knew if my parents would talk to me, they could tell something was up, because I was still freaking out about what had happened. But I'm sitting there playing games, and I hear the doorbell ring. And for whatever reason, as soon as the doorbell rings, I start getting nervous. I'm like, ooh, I don't know why I'm nervous, but something about that makes me nervous. And I hear, like, a woman talking, I hear my mom talking back. And out of nowhere, I hear my mom very frantically going, what? And immediately, I just knew that, like, something happened. And I hear someone running up the stairs, and sure enough, my mom flings open the door so hard it was like a gust of wind, like a bird Pokemon when it first learns gust, bro. I almost flew away. What do you mean the go-kart flipped and you were on it? Are you crazy? I told you not to be on it with 3 people. You're such an idiot. And I'm just looking at my mom, and pure panic, bro, because I didn't plan on getting caught. It wasn't in my plan. And in my stupidity, this was dumb, I shouldn't have done it. I try to just deny it, and I go, I don't know what you're talking about. And my mom goes, well, Green's mom just came over here with him and showed me the half of his face that he's gonna have to go to the hospital for right now. So you better start explaining what actually happened if you ever want to be able to hang out with them again. And at that point, I'm like, oh crap. And the first thing I ask my mom is Green okay? Because the last time I had seen him, he had just told me to shut up. And my mom's like, we're going to the hospital because it's a really bad road rash, and they think you might have a concussion, and they want to know what happened from you, because obviously Red is going to try to save his butt because it's a go-kart. And at that point, I didn't want to snitch, but it was like too serious for me to not explain what it actually
Well, no frickin' duh.
It was just too serious. So I start telling my mom, I'm like, alright, they were both looking to go-kart, they were both having a great time. Us 3 have been doing it in the desert because we thought it was safe, like getting in the go-kart together. We know you said not to do 3 people, but we decided to do it. On the way back, they kept trying to say flip, and I kept being like, no. And we came back onto the street and flipped it, and then and then they told me to come back because they didn't want to get in trouble with the 3 people, and blah, 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 blah. And my mom's like, okay, so let me get this straight.
You know, I can use more of the mecha suit here, and we can do some more shenanigans. That is going to be very useful for our future developments. So let's go back to the Mechanism Factory, and we're going to grab the Mecha Suit boots. Because these boots, A, I can run a lot faster, and B, they're going to be very useful because we can head up the stairs, we can hit Shift M, go in here, and hydraulic push.
just an insane situation.
Oh, is it not on here?
The rest of the day is
No, that's annoying. Whatever.
My mom's pissed because I tried to keep it a secret. My dad's like,
I can just pick all these up. Now, if I set some backpack filters, it's gonna be even easier. But I don't feel like doing that.
So I tell her the same story, and I ask how Green is because I'm curious. I don't want him to be injured. Obviously, none of us would like this situation to end up how it ended up. And she says that he's going to be okay. He probably won't have any permanent scarring, and he had a concussion, which is like, considering the injury, he got really lucky. I'll be honest. There's a moment right when we flipped where I was like, oh my gosh, I think he might not get up. Like, it was insane. It was a very hard slam. So the fact that he was going to be okay was great news. And, you know, in retrospect, I can't believe that Red was, like, trying to get us to cover it up. It was a very serious thing. I don't know. We were really little kids at the time. Probably too young to be driving a go-kart, to be completely honest. Like, I don't even think any of us were in the double digits yet, just cruising around on a go-kart. But either way, obviously...
Whatever. You mean whatever? Shut up. Just to give you guys an idea of how weird this was. This happened Frosted ice?
maybe 7, 8
Pardon?
like somewhere in that range.
Whatever.
Pretty young, right? So they probably
Anyways.
whatever, a little bit older.
Frostwalker!
Obviously, like,
Actually, very nice. You can see it will go away.
Like, you can't really hold on to anger you have at somebody from when you were 9, because people just change a lot, you know? Like, if somebody was still mad at me for something I did when I was 9, I'd be like, bro, I'm 23 now. Like, you're really gonna hold on to that? But for example, even well in high
Bro.
check the mail at the same time he was checking the mail, like we would both go to the mailbox. And if he saw me coming out of my house to come check the mail, he would literally like start taking evasive maneuvers, like I was an enemy soldier in his territory. It kind of felt insulting, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, do I have the Black Plague or something? Do I have some contagious disease I'm unaware of, dude? Super glue or whatever it's called? I'm just saying, man. He would literally avoid me, start taking evasive maneuvers, zigzagging, like walking as fast as possible away from the mailbox. It doesn't even zigzagging necessary. It's just like an alley trying to chase me down, literally treating me like I got some bonus play. What really bugged me about that, right? It's like, I understand if Green was mad at Red. The guy would ignore him forever, never interact with him again. The guy literally like slammed you on the ground under a go-kart, gave you a concussion. I can understand at that point being like, this friendship has just ran its course. But I don't know why he's taking evasive maneuvers and running away from me, bro. Like, I didn't do anything. I was not behind the wheel. I was just along for the ride. The ride that you guys told me was going to be really fun to be on. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. It's a blast. Are you really mad at me? You got working in sick? Seriously, though, I guess I could understand it. It's just more awkward than anything. Like, even if you really want to avoid your neighbors, there's just only so much you can really do about it. As for Red, we just didn't really interact with those kind of either. I think that was more out of embarrassment.
There you go. Yeah, now what I can do
Was not nice to dig in the planet. Like, I realized that anytime he had a bad idea, he made us all go down with the ship, which sucks. You don't want a friend like that, you know? If someone makes bad decisions, let them make bad decisions alone. You don't need to bring the whole crew down with you. I do feel a little bit bad for my parents, though, just because they used to get along relatively well with their parents, and after this, it just kind of put the whole situation in a weird position. Probably because Green's parents were mad at Red's parents for buying the go-kart in the first place, and I will be fair, I don't really know if 9-year-olds need to be driving go-karts, bro. That just sounds like the worst situation of all time. Kids can barely, like, ride a bike in a straight line without falling over. You're just gonna give them a motorized vehicle and expect nothing bad to happen? It's a miracle something stupid didn't happen that was more dumb or more dangerous. Or even sooner. Like, the fact we were able to operate it safely for a week or two is kind of impressive, honestly.
It is honestly pretty impressive.
That was always gonna end very stupidly. It's been a while since I've done a scary story time, but I see comments saying when's the next one. So
Alright.
let me answer that question.
So we have
I think it'll be something you guys enjoy.
successfully gotten rid of, and I quote, all of this shenanigans, and I quote. So we just have cobble, more cobble type thing. There we go.
But whatever, on the 4th of July, we were hanging out and we were going like a little 3-day camping trip thing. It'll be really fun. We'll hike out into the woods. We'll have to drive a bit to go to a place that has woods, but it'll be a great time. And I was like, sure, why not? Went home, next day, got a couple videos done and was like, let's go, baby. So,
I think I have too much scrap still. Just a smidge bit too much. Anyways.
I did warn him that an 8-hour hike for him is probably like a 12-hour hike for me. And now I'm not saying that I can't do it, but I definitely am not going to be able to do sprinting up a mountain like, oh, this is a great morning workout. Well, it's better than cereal. Like, I don't know, man. That's just not me. He was like, yeah, I know. I know. He was telling me about 6, so I figured 8. And I was like, all right, that's good. We get in the car and we're driving there and he starts talking about how to
Good job. Whew. I thought I just put the frickin' thing into the thing. That would not have been good. I thought I put my backpack into there. Holy fuck. Okay. Good gracious. Whatever, put away this. Alright, so I definitely do not need that, so we will do this. There you go, a bunch of dough. Then you can just combine it with some lime dye to get slime. Or you can get bread. Or you can get cake base, which... you can use a bake cake. Oh, you can get cake. Oh, nice. Whatever. Anyways. Boom, 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 boom. What in the Alright.
how I said 1v1, alright? My cousin is the one that's going to be taking on the bear. He would have gone full be about the Accio and the weapon. I would have been standing there like, bear, bear, bear. That's a joke, obviously. I was trying to help him. Here's one to avoid. We put our food up in the tree and we start going down to this creek with our, like, jugs of water, like these 18 gallons of water, and we have brought water to the creek and after.
Alright. Now this is going to be very annoying to go clean up, but whatever. End quote. Alright, that so with the mecha tool, we now have stone for days. Yay. Actually, we'll keep the boots. Whatever. I was just about to say, alright, I'm gonna end the stream in a second here, and I'm gonna go outside later, but, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Oops. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. Alright, well, grab all this. I thought we would get so much more dirt, question mark. This is stones. No, I don't care about all these useless ores. I'm streaming! Mom, I'm just streaming right now. I don't want to deal with your shenanigans. Goodness. Good heavens. Moving on. Alright. So, I just wanted to do that real quick. That gets rid of a lot of the stone, so now I don't have to sell all of this. Very nice. But also, now I have a nice flat little surface that I can go tear up now. Very good. So we can just completely annihilate all of these blocks, and I don't care. Now, I need to get all of this whole area sorted. Then we can go deal with shaping the mountain. I ain't doing that right now. There. Nice flat plains. Nice plains biome right here. Okay. Alright. Now we have a nice flat plains biome that now I need to go fill with a bunch of grass, which is going to take forever, I think. Alright, now all we have to do is cover the mountain. We just gotta fix all of this crap now. Oh, great. Oh, bloody heck. Get here. What guy? Frickin' shenanigan. And there you go. Fully deleted. Very nice. Alright, so now we need to go repair everything.
just running through the woods now as fast as we can. The terrain is like pretty forgiving. I lost my footing a couple times. I'm able to recover it, but we're just running. I don't stop running until my cousin stops running. This guy could run for a while, and we're probably sprinting for about 15 minutes. And for those 15 minutes, I wasn't looking back because I knew that was going to slow me down. And we also didn't really hear anything behind us. I don't know why we kept running forever, probably just to get out of that situation as far as we could, but we finally run for 15 minutes. My cousin stops, he's out of breath, and I'm out of breath, and we're breathing heavy, and we start drinking water, and we're like, what?
Heavy mom spaghetti.
That was. I asked him why he was so scared, and he goes, honestly, it probably would have been a bad idea to run if that would have been like a bear or something, bad idea, but he just said that like a wave of fear washed over him, and the only thing that his brain could do was just like say run and take off, which this guy wasn't really afraid of a lot, like as long as I've known him, which is a while.
Yeah, I got a bunch of torches. Definitely both felt like we needed to get out of there. We're still probably about 2 hours or so away from like being back to the car. And at that point, we kept up the pace. We were going like a little bit faster than our normal pace, which was hard to keep up with it for a bit. But at the same time, I wasn't really trying to stick around here anymore. It became obvious to both of us that whatever had been messing with us at the camp last night had been following us. Just because it hadn't chased after us, we assumed that it had to have been something like that. Everything had gone quiet. If it would have been a bear or something, like the last thing you're supposed to do is run. So we both had just kind of assumed that whatever had messed with us at the camp had been following us, and it just happened to freak us out enough for us to sprint and hadn't followed us. But we weren't trying to stick around and let it catch up or figure out what it was for another night. So we're just calling it through the woods, and we're like, Alright. I think that's probably enough torch spam. But now we have a nice significant chunk of property. No, don't say that.
Which, listen, if you didn't want to say anything, you just shouldn't have said anything ever, bro. I really didn't want to hear that. I was already freaking out enough, and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I saw something following us and didn't want to tell you. Well, now I know we were still being followed, and he said that, like, it had kind of started approaching the car, and that's why he had just said, throw the stuff in and go, and he just wanted to get out of it. So I'm like, what was it, you know? And he said it just looked like a dude, but it looked like a dude that had been in the woods for a really long time. Looked like his clothes had just been through the ringer, just beat the crap and whatnot.
There we go. I didn't repair 4G yet, darn it. Whatever. Anyways. So I have the template for an Elytra unit, but I need antimatter, and that requires 1,000 antimatter, which every millibucket is 1,000 polonium. So I need 1,000,000 polonium, so I need to wait for these to fill up. It's going to take quite a long time, end quote. 41K. Well, at least we have this now. Okay, now we need fluorite. Thankfully, I do have some fluorite now. I I do have extra fluorite that I actually got recently. So grab 9 stacks. Hello, Dad. Cheery-ish weed. Alright, and we quickly ran out of power. How nice. We are going to get a lot of fissile fuel. We need, I guess, 1,000,000 fissile fuel. So, we need a lot. So I'm gonna go repair Forchi, and that's gonna be it for the stream. So, yeah. I'm basically done with the stream because I don't know what the fuck else to do. Anyways, 200 XP levels. Very nice. And I think we're gonna finish off the stream by restocking my shell capacity because I need a lot of shells. I just need a lot of shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've been AFKing here. Probably a bit too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shell. Oh, oopsies. Well, what? Okay, that's a lot better. And then we need all the iron. Yeah, when I said we're gonna restock on shells, I mean we're gonna restock. We're gonna keep going. Oh god. Alright, that walks. Oopsies. Look how many shells.
of nowhere, there was this whistling, and I was like, huh, what's that? And I looked over, and everybody else looked scared, and that's when I realized something was wrong. And dude, you know the scene from Mulan when they shoot the arrows, and it's just like a literal wave coming down? That's how it felt, except instead of arrows, it was nerf darts. It was like the sky opened up, and for 2 seconds, instead of raining water, it just rained foam. There was just so many nerf bullets.
That's quite a few shells. That is many shell. That is many shell. That is too many shell. I think I have enough ammo. Maybe. Actually, I don't think we have enough ammo yet. Maybe I need another 10 stacks of gunpowder. Well, now we have sufficient ammo for the rest of 7 decades. It's fine. Well, now we need to, have fun over here. Also, I don't know if I showed this, but I installed safety features over here. So if I set the limit to be way too freaking much, like way too much, this now shuts off. This now shuts off. And sounds an alarm. So you can get this back to where it fucking should be. Now we can reactivate. And there we go. Very nice. Of course. I honestly probably need way more of these. But, yeah, I installed a safety feature, so now if I fuck it up and I set the burn rate too much, and it blows up, cough, previous streams, then I can, now it is a safety system, and it sounds a really loud alarm. It's industrial. Very loud. Anyways, we're now perfect again. So, yeah. I'm just going to be watching Scribs for a little bit. But yeah. So I'm going to be scripting, I guess, while watching Scrubs. I don't know. For the new video, scripting. So yeah. If you're going to bed at 7:31, especially when it looks like that outside, good night, Boomer, I guess. Oopsies. Unless you have to wake up at like 2 a.m. in the morning, I don't know. Either way, good night. Boomer. Frickin'.